You see this here? This is a funny dog wearing a hat, and this is a crazy ninja, ready to cut you into sashimi at a moment's notice. And this is the greatest waifu of our time. Welcome, my Glahm fam, to Sakurajima Island, a brand new addition to the game Palworld. Before we get into today's video, I have some goals I'd like to achieve. I'd like to actually play 100 days and not rage quit. And that's about it. So, make yourself uncomfortable, don't grab a drink, and let's get into the video. Also, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out, please. Shameless e-begging done. I spawned in on the windswept hills and began searching these ruins for chests to get a head start on my hoarding problem. I found this collectible bit of lore that I would never read, and opened this blue chest containing some pal spheres in gold. Like any other 100 days, we begin our ascension to power by punching things that can't defend themselves very well. Like this lamb ball that was just chilling and minding its own business. And, of course, I took issue with that. These hands are rated E for everyone. I activated this pylon with an orange light, and this is a fast travel beacon that would allow us to travel across the island easier. After talking to this weary survivor, I got busy beating this chicken to a pulp, and got to work collecting berries so I wouldn't starve. You see, I wasn't going to settle here in the windswept hills. I wanted to set up shop somewhere new this time, and I began running across the hills. This chicken at my side. In my travels, I found this fox sparks and caught it. The fight with the fox sparks left me on death's door, and I made the very smart decision to immediately engage a fight with this pengullet right after. The pengu didn't take kindly to my slight and fought back. I heroically ran away to hide and let my pals fight it for me. And I eventually ended up catching it. As the sun began to set on day one, I unlocked another fast travel beacon and found this depresso that was giving me funny looks. So, I did what I had to do. With a handful of pals I caught today, I was feeling great about my progress, and I decided to rest for a little while. I was still running the next day, and by the coast I found one of the new pals in the Sakurajima update. This little guy was called Croajiro, and I wanted to catch it. At the time, I didn't know these guys were very aggressive to players, so I swam out to push it back ashore, and it ended up unaliving me. After I got my stuff back, I tried again. This time, I had the help of my depresso. My first fear toss was laughably bad, but the second one was right on target. I decided to catch his brother too, so he wouldn't be so lonely. In the hills, I saw another pal tamer walking around, and then I talked to him. This man was a level 10 with a heater and some decent armor. I was a level 3 with some sticks and rocks. He wanted to fight me, of course, and somehow I managed to beat him. But the gobfin that he had summoned smeared me all over the grass. During the day, I encountered another pal tamer, as you can probably guess. He wanted a piece of me, so I gave him the whole enchilada. And after he went down, I wanted to try something. Can I actually catch this? No way. What? You can just capture their pals. I should just put these guys on farm. I guess it makes sense now that their master is, you know, not in the realm of the living anymore, I suppose. They would need a new home. I was kind of tired of running around all the time and decided to just settle down in the marshlands. I don't know why. This wasn't a very good base location. There were barely any resources, and there were wild pals that would just wander into the base all the time. There was a lucky flak nearby, and while the iron was hot, I decided to strike and get this dire howl too. These guys are the best early game mounts. They run really fast, and their saddles are relatively cheap to craft. I also noticed this syndicate camp. I didn't collect the pal in the cage for some reason. Yeah, I don't know why either. When I got back to my chosen place of residency, it was overrun by dire howl. So, with depresso at my side, we fought off the pack, and we had the upper hand until the last moment, when I didn't. This dire howl took me down with it. After I got my stuff back, I decided it was time to quit messing around, and I crafted a workbench, a repair bench, and a pal workbench. The pal workbench would allow me to create stuff for pals, like saddles, gloves, collars, the chains in which to... Wait, I can't say that on YouTube. I had no wood though, so I bare-knuckled this tree and made myself an axe, a stone pickaxe, and a fresh set of clothes. Now that I was completely dripped out, I could focus on what really mattered, like farming resources for the rest of the day. After some time, I got my little base set up, completed with pal box, beds, and some berry crop plots so my pals wouldn't be tempted to eat each other while I'm not looking. And the next day, I placed down a couple of hot springs to keep my little Amazon workers happy. I am nothing if not benevolent. And I noticed that the depresso, well, my boy was looking a little blue. He was hungry, and like the responsible pet dad I am, I fed him. My base was actually looking like a habitable environment now. Sure, we were sleeping under the stars and bug-infested marshland, but it's all about the experience, dang it, and there's nothing wrong with roughing it a little. The final cherry on top was building a statue to our god, Anubis, the Egyptian god of death. I'll be on the cover of Better Homes and Gardens this month for sure. That was a joke for all the moms who are forced to watch my videos to keep their kids happy. Get yourself some wine. You're gonna need it. As I was farming some metal, I noticed Depresso. In the grand scheme of things, he's an amalgamation of ones and zeros, but seeing him like this made me feel pretty bad. So I hoisted him over my mighty shoulder and threw him face down into a hot spring. Hey, you're okay, right? You can... Depresso, you can breathe, right? Wake up, buddy! Oh no, he stopped moving. I'm just gonna walk away. Toward the end of the day, I built myself a grinder, and this would break down materials into base components, like wood into fiber, and stones into palladium fragments, and I was ready to enter the metal age, so I crafted a smelter as well. The next day I spent the morning farming up metals, and began smelting the ore into ingots. I wanted to upgrade my harvesting tools as soon as possible. Later that day, I was ready to build myself a high quality workbench, and this grants me the ability to make better tools and armor, and instead of getting some much needed upgrades, I farmed a lot of stone. And built another hot spring too, apparently. By the time it was finished, I had enough metal smelted and I crafted myself a metal axe, and it would allow me to farm wood faster. And I also made myself a new metal pick. Walking around everywhere wasn't very ideal for the long game, so I gathered the resources to craft a dire house saddle finally. My man, Fwack, assisted me in this project, and in no time at all, we were ready to hit the road, and I began exploring the land, when all of a sudden, a meteorite crashed down. At the time, I had no idea what this was, and I was excited to have a look. When I arrived at the crash site, I saw two new pals named Xenovator attacking some Syndicate lackeys. It took a long time to climb to the summit of this hill, and the Xenovators were standing still guarding the meteorite, so I threw out my Croagero to fight them. That was a mistake, because they hit like an absolute space truck. Thinking quickly, I cheekily ran in and rolled over the fragments to collect them, and then I ran for my life. I managed to escape my pursuers with the help of my dire hell, and we cut it pretty close. When the sun rose, I spent the morning farming chickens for meat and eggs, and ran over to catch some Vixie. With this new update, if you put Vixie in a ranch structure, they will harvest pal spheres, arrows, and other goodies for you. You can rank them up as well, giving you better rewards. But that's a lot of work, so I probably won't be doing that. Direhal and I ran into a Syndicate camp and began clearing out the riffraff, and I managed to catch the Syndicate man by complete accident. This wasn't intentional on my part. My finger had slipped on the controller, and he just kinda happened to be standing there at the time. And we left as quickly as we arrived. And I found myself in this neat area. There was a black market merchant in this mineshaft, so I marked the location. I ran down this mineshaft tunnel to try and get some easy money from the black marketer, but to catch him I couldn't build a sling under his feet. Let me explain what I'm doing here. So basically, you can sling these guys up and build a campfire under them and they'll take damage. When they perish, they drop stuff like gold and keys. It might work in other areas, just not here I guess. No matter. I'd farm these guys later on with stronger pals. The next day, Direhal and I were out and rooting around for trouble like a couple of hungry hogs, and I found this gory rat that bodied these two Free Pal Alliance dudes. He was the chosen one. I caught him and added him to my collection. I felt in my soul that it was time to return home, for now. So I grabbed another fast travel and headed back to base. I was ready to build myself a few ranches now, and get my production underway. With the help of my pals, we began to lay the foundations to Ram Ranch. I also apparently caught this rush orb, but I don't remember doing it. Oh well. My Vixie started producing materials, and I returned back to that fallen meteor and began harvesting the space rock. I had no idea what this stuff would be for, but it must be important, right? In Palworld, I become a very bad loot goblin and hoard so much trash later on. Direhal and I traveled further than we have ever gone, and I was in no man's land. To say I was lost would be quite the understatement, so naturally I looked for water, and found water I did, as well as a surf rent that I had fought tooth and nail to capture. I climbed a mountain to get my bearings on the land and stumbled backwards into another Syndicate camp, with a Toko asking politely to be rescued, so I obliged. Direhal and myself were in dangerous territory now, here Relaxosaurus roam, so I had to catch one. Heroically, I hid behind cover while my pals fought the water balloon dinosaur bravely. I managed to capture one of them, and when the chips are down, you hit and go for double or nothing. So I got myself another Relaxosaurus while I was here. Relaxosaurus is quite the versatile pal. Through clever use of genetical finagling, you can get one of the best worker pals in the entire game, the Anubis. Around this time in game, it's around day 7-ish. Day 7 Anubis is pretty busted. As the sun began to settle, I ran across this lucky ribbunny and caught it with a 1% chance. Yeah, it was pretty goofy. Not too far away was another syndicate camp, with a flambelle this time. I freed her and dipped. The next morning, I got a dose of American-style breakfast and got a one-way ticket to the Shadow Realm. I'll save both of us some time and snap right to the part where I free the Arsox in the cage, and got my stuff back. I ran as fast as my shapely legs could carry me, and jumped off of a cliff, 90s action movie style, and headed back home to heal my pals. My Vixie farm was working like a charm, and I was flush with pal spheres. I'm not even gonna lie, this is so much better than farming for palladium fragments. Plus, you can sell them for a tidy profit, which is exactly what I set out to do. I headed to Mount Obsidian to unlock the fishing village fast travel. The trip would be dangerous, fraught with peril, and powerful pals. Fanatical psychopaths that set themselves on fire for some reason. Look, I'm just trying to build up the drama and suspense, okay? The run over here was really uneventful. After checking out the shops, I had my fill and headed back home. I felt like now was a good time to fight my first alpha pal, the wild Chillette boss. An icy ferret dragon thing? For some reason, my brain completely shut down during this fight, and Dire Howl managed to get the killing blow. I guess this is what happens when you're distracted by video essays on the other monitor. By this time, I was around level 17, and I could finally unlock the incubation station to hatch my pal eggs. But my quest for power wasn't sated yet. I wanted to capture a personal favorite pal of mine, Catress. The fight against Catress wasn't too insanely difficult, but I was still kind of underleveled, so this fight would be an uphill battle. Catress ran through my entire team, and I got cooked alive. I decided to put a pin in this endeavor for now and return to base to build an egg incubator so I could get this show on the road. On day 12, I made myself a brand new bow, the 3-shot bow. As the name suggests, it shoots 3 arrows instead of 1. Duh. And it would also double as a means to get the flying pals out of the sky, allowing for easier capture. With my new upgrades, it was time to go round 2 with Catress. The battle was very slow going. I was running with mostly water pals, and the only counter I had to Catress was my Relaxosaurus because it's a dragon water type, but he didn't have any dragon attacks yet. I'm going to assume you know what type weaknesses are already since you've clicked on the Palworld video, but I guess I can explain once more for the parents that have me going in the background to keep little Jonathan occupied while you do whatever it is you're doing. Water goes against fire, fire beats grass, grass beats earth, earth beats electric, electric beats water, dragon beats dark, dark beats normal, normal beats, you know what, I actually don't know what normal beats, and ice beats dragon. So there you go. A crash course on Palworld rock, paper, scissors. Anyway, I managed to catch Catress after throwing my pals at her like a brick wall. Eventually something stuck, and Croagiro was my MVP. Catress was useful at night, since it didn't need to sleep like the other pals. And, with its help, I crafted myself a glider, so I wouldn't break my legs falling from high places anymore. I also made a Foxparks harness to use it like a flamethrower, and honestly, I don't think I ever used it. I also crafted myself a new set of armor as well. When the sun came up, I saw Tombat flapping near my base, so with Catress, I set out to catch it. And catch it, I indeed did. I also wasted a lot of pal spheres trying to catch these lamb balls. I noticed that a Nightwing, a giant bird pal, was actually eating the carcass of a lamb ball that mysteriously passed out and I had nothing to do with, no really, and I used the opportunity to attempt to capture. It refused to play ball, so I made it see some reason, and I had it come home with me. At some point, I also captured this Ecthyr deer, and I would never ever take it out of the pal box again. This would be the absolute last time this creature will ever see the brightness of the sun. And after exploring the marsh for a bit, we ran across this Studio Ghibli looking pal named Grintail, with Catress lending the assist. We caught it as well. Much like the deer, this pal will never see daylight ever again. After a pal taming spree, I returned back to base and hatched this fire egg that I found a little while ago. I won the lottery, and it became a Pyronoct. These guys ain't too super rare, but for my current level range, they were actually pretty good. And to finish the day, I placed the foundations for a logging camp and a stone quarry. They produce unlimited basic resources over time. I caught up on leveling my base today. This allows me to have more unpaid employees at my disposal, and depending on the base layout, this could be a good or bad thing. They changed a lot of things with this new Sakurajima update, but the pals Whew, buddy. The pals are still dumb as rocks sometimes. You'll see what I mean later. Since I've played a lot of Ark, I'm used to really bad AI. And don't get me wrong, this must be a mega pain to program, but it does get really frustrating sometimes. And for some reason, I spent most of the day today AFK. Yeah, I'm not even really sure why. When nighttime happened, I placed down some walls to my disheveled hovel so I could sleep safely and soundly while my pals slept outside. And the next day, I got to work right away crafting a Nightwing saddle. I had an important mission coming up, and that was to get a Yormantide Ignis, the best fire pal in the game. I know it sounds like I hype these things up, but it's true. All you need to do is just head over to the volcano and get yourself a huge dragon egg. But before I could do that, I returned to the Chillat world boss and caught it right quick to fill out my pal deck, and then I returned home to craft myself a pal sphere workbench. This would allow me to craft more pal spheres to hunt bigger and badder pals. I hatched a verdant egg, and an Elizabeth popped out. I mean, I don't want to sound ungrateful, but the smaller bees are better because they produce honey when placed in a ranch. And when I was ready, I left the base and headed over to Hypocrite Hill. As soon as I spawned in, a meteorite fell to the ground, and now that I was around level 20, I could try my luck at capturing a Xenovator finally. Nightwing and I flew up, and the Xenovators were dunking on the people in the camp. I used the confusion to my advantage, and caught them both. After catching the Xenovators, I ran into this Gale Claw that was too legit to quit, and I was the one getting dunked on this time. I returned to the camp and gathered my stuff, and then headed over to the meteor to harvest fragments. I got lucky, and the meteor broke apart right away as my inventory hit its weight limit. Since I was in the area, I decided to fight this Petalia. I wanted to breed it with another pal to get a Lylene later. I gave it my all, coach, but it wasn't enough, and the Petalia put me out of my misery. Round 2, and I bit it again. I guess I decided it wasn't worth the effort and just collected my stuff and left. I headed over to my second base location that was rich in metal resources and placed down a fresh pal box to get things ready for later. And then I headed back home. I made myself a few more egg incubators. Oh, I also crafted a small feed bag. I'm not sure what the difference is between all the feed bags, but I got by with just this regular feed bag for the rest of this playthrough, so I didn't really bother with the rest. And it just makes it so your pals eat passively. I'm not gonna talk about it too much. The next day was the day I head to Mount Obsidian and get myself a dragon egg. But first, I needed to make myself some heat-resistant armor. I honestly don't know how you can make heat-resistant armor with pelts and furs, but hey, I guess in Palworld you can. I crafted up a grappling gun to get around easier, and headed to the volcano. When I arrived, I pet Xenovator for some reason, and ascended the summit of the volcano. Nightwing, to put it bluntly, was a very poor flyer. Of course, I don't expect it to be a very good one. It's an entry-level pal. But it moves so darn slow. It made me want to tear my hair out. Eventually, though, I made it to the summit. I unlocked the fast travel, and like a goofy goober, I attacked a herd of Kelpsie Ignis and paid the ultimate price. When I got my stuff back, I saw a Wixen, and Wixen is one of my all-time favorite pals. Hashtag not a furry. So, I sprung into action and began fighting it for capture. I died, it rolled me, cooked me, flambéed, broiled, sautéed, crispified, and deglazed me. I tried to get my stuff back, but this wild Pyronoct did the same thing. I decided to just rush in and grab my stuff before fleeing like the coward I am. I wasn't about to have a conversation with this Blaze Howl that was giving me funny looks, and when it was safe to do so, I doubled back and headed home for now. I get that dragon egg a little bit later. After taking a break back at base, I was back at it again at the volcano. I flew around collecting the odd egg here and there. I searched high and low for a dragon egg, and I actually managed to find one. Mission accomplished. I left the volcanic region to rest over at this old castle, and found more Wixen. I once again tried my luck at capturing one. The other Wixen didn't like this idea and gave the assist to her brother. I managed to catch one, but sadly, the other one didn't make it. I saw a fast travel beacon in the distance, and made my way over, and I headed back home. I made myself a few more egg incubators and started hatching all the eggs I've collected up until this point. Before too long, the first egg was ready to go, and I got at least Punk Ignis. But I didn't stick around at base for too long. I headed out to the bamboo forest to capture some new pals. And right away, I found these two Mammorest fighting for territory, and me, being the ever-opportunistic scavenger rat that I am, I wanted to try and catch one. The first one died right out of the pal ball. The second one, it was a home run. A slam dunk. I couldn't believe it. A Mammorest at level 22. I was in the bamboo forest for another reason. I wanted to try and capture the Beacon World boss. The fight raged until the next day. My pals were all incapacitated, and I bit the big one. Quite unfortunate, I made it back, and it was time for round 2 with this Kentucky Fried Fool. We got it pretty close, but this time, Wixen defeated it. Glahm, why aren't you using the Ring of Mercy? I hear you cry. My answer is quite simple. I didn't know it existed yet, XD. The rest of the day I spent it running around the bamboo forest with Direhowl looking for more pals. and when night offered her cold embrace to the world, I found these cognito. And when I look at these things, I just think of a little funny plague doctors or something. I don't know, it just said that in my notes. I just read it out loud. I managed to catch myself a crow man, and these loot moon ran up on me. It was super dark, and I didn't want any of that, so I ran away. The next morning, I had managed to capture myself a Vanworm, so I could retire my Nightwing. Vanworm wasn't the best at flying, but it was far more suited to flying long distances than old Nightwing. I eventually found myself in Greeley, Colorado. Caught a few cows as well, or tried to anyway. This Mazarina refused to accept its fate, and then a pack of dire howl showed up and some Vanworms. Oh man, it was a disaster. And my dire howl went down. So I legged it. Right into this pal tamer who wanted to rumble. She whipped out a Jolt Hog Crest on me. I laughed, so I used Wixen. I won. At this point, I had my fill of adventure and returned home to heal my dire howl and just chill for a bit. First thing in the morning, I captured my prized egg, and out popped, you guessed it, the Yormantide Ignis. I was ecstatic. Oh, from the other eggs, I got a Reptyro too, I guess. He's not as cool as the fire snake. After I hatched the eggs, I collected from the volcano. I crafted a Vanworm saddle, and the difference in flight speed and stamina, well, is, well, pretty noticeable. Next to my swamp was an area that I'm pretty sure was inspired by China. Please don't cancel me. And I'm not just saying that because of the Mossanda. Giant spires of rock jutted into the clouds, making this area one of my favorites. I caught a Mossanda and tried to capture this bee guard for some honey. These little guys like to explode themselves at the slightest provocation, much like people who chronically use Twitter. Hey yo, he's got the jokes. Please like and subscribe. Deep into the night, I caught another Mossanda, and I called it good. I needed to get myself a bee guard. These little fellows produced honey, and honey would be very crucial in the rest of these 100 days. Honey was the key component to making cake. Cake helps pals, you know, get in the mood, for lack of a better term. I don't know how cake makes pals feel that way, but it just does. My first expedition for Bee Guard ended in disaster, again and again, until I got lucky and managed to capture a couple. And when I caught enough for a small honey farm, I flew back to base. I noticed this Hellzephyr flying around, and I thought to myself, oh wow, what a great upgrade to Vanworm. I engaged it in combat, and then this stupid gob thing got involved and ruined the entire thing. And I didn't leave that fight alive. Naked and afraid, I went back to get my stuff, and died again. But I eventually did get my stuff back, and headed back to base and let my freshly caught bee guard loose into producing golden, silky honey right away. The base ingredient for cake is obviously flour, so to complement my freshly planted wheat farms, I made 2 mills to convert raw wheat into ground wheat, aka flour. I made more wheat crop plots and started to clear out some trees for future projects. The next day, I saw this lucky Gumas, please don't laugh, hanging out next to the base, and I had to have it. So I got to work whittling its health down and caught it no problem. The rest of the day was slow going. I spent it mostly wandering around the base, waiting for my water pals to produce the flour I needed to make cakes. So I upgraded a few things like this cooking pot instead of a campfire. The cooking pot would automatically cook food for you, regardless if you had a fire pal or not. On top of that, it made cooking a bit faster. After the entire day, I managed to craft 1 whole cake. Wow, now that's progress. I had my breeding ranch set up and ready to go as well, and I spent a little bit hatching a backlog of eggs that I had been collecting out in the world. From one of the eggs, I managed to get myself a Bushi, and he's one of my favorite pals. Not because I'm a massive weeaboo. Actually, yeah, it is. After I made a few more cakes, it was time to get the ball rolling, and I threw a Relaxosaurus into the pen with a Celeray, and these 2 would make an Anubis. All that was left to do was chores around the base and wait patiently for my new pal. And after a few minutes, an egg was given to me. But we had to wait a little bit before it would hatch. And I spent the rest of the day staring at this cooking pot, apparently. Next up, I needed to get myself a Petalia. So, here we go again. This time I had Wixen with me, and we cleaned shop. A little too well, because the Wixen had killed the Petalia. Well, shoot. So it was time for Plan B. B stands for because I don't want to wait another hour for the boss in this dungeon to reset. With Vanworm, I flew over to the Wildlife Sanctuary A. Rare pals spawned here, so I decided to go on a taming safari and caught a few extra pals. I spent the night at the sanctuary looking for a Petalia, and my patience was eventually rewarded. I was very careful this time and caught it. Thank goodness. I could leave to make myself a Lylene. All I had to do was combine a Mossanda with this Petalia. I will not make a joke because it's low-hanging fruit. While waiting for the miracle of life to happen, this random Mammorest decided to come into my base, and it was looking for a fight. The only thing it found was a trip to the grave. And amongst all the ruckus, the egg I had been waiting for was laid. I had some time to kill waiting for my other eggs to hatch, so I farmed a little bit and called it an early night. On day 44, I hatched myself a legion of Anubis. I don't really remember how much exactly, but it was a lot. I would have enough to run at least 2 other bases efficiently. Now, I could have bred for an absolute perfect working Anubis, giving it workaholic, nocturnal, etc. But that would take a lot of time. And breeding has been changed in Palworld, I think, making the guaranteed traits of newborn pals very random. We'll get into all that a bit later. By this time in game, I was around level 29, and I read over the new technology I could unlock, and that's when I discovered the Ring of Mercy. While wearing this, you cannot bring a pal's health below 0. Wish I had known this when I was fighting that beacon. The next day I flew into the small village and purchased a witch hat schematic. This thing is mostly just cosmetic, and I got myself some bones for an upcoming project. You needed bones to make medicine and cement. Then I decided to catch this King Paka that was hanging out by the village. Since I was here, the fight wasn't an issue, and I was pretty overleveled for it. While flying around, I saw these old cathedral ruins and found another shady merchant inside, but the only form of currency he would take is dog coins. You could get these from searching trash piles, and I think you get them from Nemogs. I don't really know, I didn't even really try. Towards the evening, I flew around capturing fresh pals to fill out my pal deck, and even fought the Selphedron. It's not my favorite dragon in this game, but it's still kinda neat. When I arrived at base, I was raided by violent wild pals, but they quickly found out how violent my overworked and near-starving pals were. Around noon, I flew around to the bamboo forest and began capturing more pals, and I went to where the Kelpsie wandered around on the beach, and I tried to catch one, and this little goofball sent me through the ringer. It absolutely played me for a fool, and I almost died. When I was done, I headed back to my metal farming base and placed an assembly line that would allow me to craft more advanced item recipes and make stuff a bit faster. But I still needed electricity though, and I would just worry about that a bit later. The next day I built myself the Ring of Mercy, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, I would hardly use it in this playthrough. But I did use it at some point, rest assured. I decided that a Relaxosaurus Lux would be perfect electric pal to get things started at my metal base. I have fond memories when I first encountered this guy in my first Palworld 100 Days video, and if you didn't watch that video, basically I cut my finger open on a can of green beans and started bleeding all over my apartment. Fun times. I shed actual blood for that video that no one watched. Thank you, by the way. But that's alright because you're here now, watching, and that counts for something, at least, right? I got more than halfway through the fight when I realized that I didn't have any pal spheres, so I rolled away to take my leave. I quickly returned to my base and grabbed some balls and teleported back to the Relaxosaurus Lux, and yeah, well dang. I decided to go with plan B, because I don't want to wait an hour for the boss fight to reset. I know I used this joke already, I'm just burnt out and hustling through at this point. So with plan A currently a stain on the floor in the dungeon across the world, I went with Masanda Lux, and he died too. It was now time for plan C. I would just make my own Relaxosaurus Lux. It wouldn't be the alpha version, but it would serve a noble purpose at least. My only dilemma is that it took a long time to cook cakes, and I only had one Yormantide Ignis. So I headed over to the volcano to fly over into the wildlife preserve to catch one. Or 2. I could get a female. I could breed more Yormantide Ignis. My fire problems would be solved forever. I did find a Yormantide and got to work with one of my strongest Anubis. Unfortunately, in the distance, we had a Wumpo-Bhutan, aka the situation rapidly approaching my location, so I backed off. When I'd back off, the Wumpo followed. Until, yep, instant transmission, and here we go again. I spent hours in this game fighting other Yormantide Ignis, when all of a sudden, guess who else decided to show up? At least I leveled up, I guess. When I came back, I used my big brain to formulate a strategy. I thought, what if I could catch myself a Wumpo-Bhutan? They are very powerful after all. So, for the majority of the day, I went and fought a Wumpo-Bhutan. It had cornered itself by the ocean, and the battle commenced. It was tricky to deal with, but as the sun was setting, we managed to capture it. I've had my fill of this sanctuary for now, and decided to head back home to make more quality pal spheres and rest up. My Yormantide Ignis that I had hatched from the egg a few paragraphs ago was my only tier 4 fire pal, so I would just have to share it between my bases. Not ideal. I'd rather have it stay at my metal base and smelt metal for me, but I need pal cakes too, so I brought it back to my first base and let it do what it did best. Get caught on anything and everything and glitch out, breaking the fragile AI shoestring code that holds its existence together. I really do not like to skip over days too much. I did record 100 days and then some, but when reviewing the footage of day 57 through 63, nothing happened. I was raiding pals and goofing around, so we're gonna skip. I did attempt to fight Lily and Lylene and got slam dunked. Spoilers, I guess. I fought her a few times, but I couldn't get a W. I'm starting to sweat a bit because we're over 50 days, and I only have 50 days to beat 5 more tower bosses. We're cutting it pretty close here. Today was the day. Day 64, I flew over to Sakurajima Island to see what it was all about. My first encounter was 2 Wixen Not, which are Wixen doing a Ketras cosplay. Pretty cool. I went in for a closer look and almost fat-fingered my own demise. A bit further down the beach, I ran into an armadillo pal called a Kick-It, and it almost folded me like a lawn chair. I spent a good 10 minutes fighting this thing, and I accidentally killed it. It did drop some oil though, which is one of the new resources in Palworld. I also fought a gory rat, Terra, and actually managed to catch it. My first ever Sakurajima catch was a gory rat. Inland, I found a Lulu too, and wanted to catch it. Little did I know that this pal had the ability to channel the literal raw energy of God, and call a holy beam of cleansing light to smite down her foe. After going back and forth with this thing, I managed to catch one of them, and I caught the other one too, I guess. I wasn't done exploring yet though. I really wanted to see what Sakurajima had to offer. Let's just say I wasn't disappointed. After flying around for a minute, I was greeted by sakura trees that were in bloom, and I found a small shrine that was next to the boss tower. I took a moment to really soak in the arena for a few minutes and ran around on foot. Probably not the smartest idea. There were patrols of ninja that were running around, turning the local wildlife into sashimi. Eventually, I ran into this really cool dog pal named Yakumo, and he has one of the most busted abilities in the game. Basically, you can breed a Yakumo with passive traits that you want, and there's a chance that a wild pal, when captured, will mimic those passive traits, saving you hours of mind-numbing pal breeding. I would use this ability later to catch a certain kind of dragon. For now, I had my fill of exploring Sakurajima and headed back to my base to rethink life. Didn't get to think for too long though. I was back to making pals breed to create the perfect warrior. Then I was off to fight the Relaxosaurus Lux, and I actually caught him this time. When I went back to base, I did a quick pal party swap and noticed that I had a beacon, but I have no idea where it came from, so I guess I either hatched it from an egg or I caught it. I don't know. Look, I'm not combing through over 200 hours of footage. I'm just not doing it. With Beacon and my other pals, I flew around catching the rarer pals to fill my pal deck. The next day, I wanted to ride my Quiverin around because he's cool. So I crafted him a saddle and began flying on him for a bit, celebrating this huge personal milestone. I eventually found myself in the mountains. I needed to get some quartz from rocks. Oh, I'm also riding on my Kitsune because it helps me resist the elements. I eventually arrived at the Crystal Promised Land and had to fight off some cryolinks. I caught one for good measure and helped myself to the precious resource. I would need quartz to craft stuff like circuit boards and other cool things a bit later. The next day, I took the fight to Lily and Lylene again. This time, I had a few more levels under my belt and my boy Wixen to see us through. Wixen was useful in this fight not only because he is a fire pal, but he also has an ability to make it so I do fire damage with my pistol. After a few minutes of fighting, we got a W. I was feeling confident that I could take on Marcus and Phalaris. I'll just say this right now. I wasn't ready. I gave up on that prospect for now and headed back to Mount Obsidian to catch the one, the only, Estagon. Mostly because it was a fantastic pal that could mine minerals super fast. I died. On day 74, I went to the wildlife preserve to catch something nice, like this shadow beak. However, I didn't see that Ibushi cut my Wixen in half, and brother started making a beeline for me. Spoiler alert, I didn't get away. I also made a pistol apparently. I don't remember making it, but here we are. At some point, I found myself at Mount Obsidian again and ran into the new palace called the Xenoguard. I thought it was a jet dragon that got away from its programming and escaped. I fought with it for a few minutes and I caught it though. I wanted to fight Marcus again, and this time, I brought a meteor launcher. This thing just hurls meteor fragments at high speeds to cause maximum devastation. But they lied, because it doesn't do much damage at all. And guess what else? Yeah, I died again. I wanted to get some levels into Xenoguard, so I took him out to fight world bosses for a bit. The highlight was this Alpha Yormantide. Just pretend Quiverin in Xenoguard, I guess. My grind continued for most of the week. Marcus was a brick wall that I intended to knock down. My path led me to catching this menacing I would hardly ever use. But hey, at least I got it right. You know what's crazy to me? Is that I have gone 70 plus days without unlocking the fast travel to Dune Shelter, the hub in the desert where you can buy various things and new pals. Well, it's time to rectify that. I couldn't really escape the desert though, and challenged the Anubis world boss to a fight. He was 6 levels higher than me, and it showed. Every time he would hit one of my pals, it seemed like time froze for a second. I eventually pulled out the big gun, took aim, and missed my shot, blowing up innocent pals that were just in the background. Oh well, can't dwell on the mistakes of the past, we got a fight to get through. Yes, I'm back at Mount Obsidian today. I just can't seem to escape this place. I was here to catch the Alpha Blazema for his Firelord perk. I wanted to breed a super strong Wixen, something I wanted to do in my last Palworld 100 Days video, and you already know the breeding process goes. I'm not going to bother showing it to you. At my other base, I could finally build a production assembly line, and I almost died falling off the platform. I should install some safety features, but I never will. OSHA hates me. After that, I went back to, you guessed it, on Obsidian. It was time to go round 2 with the Astegon boss. I had a lot of coal farming coming up, and this guy completely fit the bill. The fight was going very well, until a Stegon clipped through the wall. I tried to fly around the room to get him to come back out, ran around for a few minutes, he didn't want to budge. Yes, I did say a swear. All I could really do was just leave to reset him and then come back, but this time I accidentally killed him. After making some preparations, I'm back, hopefully for the last time. I returned to the volcano to get my stuff back. I just wanted to show you how ridiculous this Alpha Kitsune is. This thing is absolutely massive, a real heckin' big boy. I made my way down into the mines where Astegon was chilling out and ran into a bit of an issue. Astegon was keen on not letting me grab my things, but he did let me grab an early death. I made some throwaway armor at base and tried to grab my things again. This time I was successful. Did you know that Astegon can wall hack? Because I sure didn't. Honestly, I don't want to bore you with the details, but I did die a lot. The final time I locked in, and I actually managed to catch him this time. Or was it her? I don't know. I'm just glad I never have to do this again. I also managed to catch another Blazema too. I just thought you should know. A day or so later, I tried to capture my first set of legendary pals, this being Palladius and Necromus. I could waffle on about the fight itself, but you can probably guess what happened to me. Oh man, Mount Obsidian? It sure has been a while, huh? Well, since capturing Palladius and Necromus didn't go so well, I thought I'd try and catch Jet Dragon instead. The fight was a long, drawn-out process, and we were making some good headway until it got too close to the ledge and this happened. Yeah, I didn't hear no bell, so I got back in the saddle and tried again. I had spent the better half of the entire week in game trying to capture this Jet Dragon with 0 success. By this time, I was feeling kinda done with Palworld. I visited the new Sakurajima Island, caught a bunch of pals, and then some new ones. I guess I crafted some pal armor in there too at some point. Also, check out this Lord of the Rings collectible I crafted. Not a lot whole happened in the twilight of this playthrough, sadly. For the last 2 days, I didn't do a whole lot of anything. Just hung out at base and did things. But I did play an extra 100 days, so here's me fighting the Sakurajima Tower boss with a crazy Shadow Beak. Wow, I won. Alright, that's all I got. So, see ya. Good morning and hello everyone. Welcome to a new 100 Days video by your boy, Glahm. Oh, that was a terrible intro. Okay, whatever. Alright, to kick things off, this is the Feybreak update, but I'm going to pick up on a save file so I can just get right into the nitty-gritty of Feybreak. I'm very rusty at Palworld. I spent a little bit playing Final Fantasy XIV to kind of take a break from Palworld to reset, but now I'm ready to get back into it. And what better way to do that than fight Seiya and Celine once again? I get to see my favorite Palworld waifu, Kumpai.
Oh no, it's Glahm.
That's cheating, I just got here, that's not fair! Stop! I haven't played in a while! Help! I had this, like, really cool intro to the video planned, and, it did not go as expected, needless to say. Great, now I look stupid in front of thousands of people, but what else is new? Alright everyone, let's get into it. Feybreak, I want to really check it out. Anti-air zone, dismount your pal to avoid being shot? What? Oh, I'm sorry, Jet Dragon, please. Oh my goodness, that was scary. Okay, so I can't fly on this new island. I have to traverse on foot. I'm used to this. What is that? What are they called? A SAT? A surface-to-air turret? Yeah, I think that's what they're called. Feybreak Warrior. What's in that cage down there? I'm gonna go check it out. Celine, help! Help! These guys are scary! Oh, I shot him with my grappling gun. Celine, what are you doing? Fight! Oh my goodness, bro. You're blowing it, Celine. Alright, let's hack the system. I should be able to fly now, right? Whoa! It's a guy. He looks like a Loot Moon. Loot Moon Chris. Alright, well that explains it then. Alright, I'm actually going to traverse around on foot for a little bit, and I think Xenoguard is the perfect mount for this. Xenoguard is strong. He's yoked. Darion. I want to catch this. Let us fight. Oh no, not again. I cannot die here. I actually need to find a fast travel. Legendary Sphere. Shoot. Snap. No shot. Whatever they say nowadays. Alright, 8% chance. No. And a Gildane. Ah, come on. I just got here. Stop. Stop. You made me do this. I did not want to do this. I did not want this to happen, but you forced my hand. I don't see any fast travel beacons around here. Alright, let's fly up in the air. There's one. Alright, our first foray to Feybreak was a crazy one, so I have a lot of work to do. I need to make legendary pal spheres or ultimate spheres. I need to get my pals whipped into shape because I plan on building a base over there. I got a lot of work, so can we do this in 100 days? Alright, I'm gonna make a few ultimate spheres to bring with me. Alright everyone, let's get to work. Come on, let's go! We got places to be and things to do. Oh, this is gonna take a while. It's alright though. So, how are you all doing? How was your day? How was school? Remember to do your homework, eat your vegetables, grow big and strong like Glahm. Hello, Lavander. I got nothing to say. You guys already know. And with that, I spent the rest of day 2 crafting ultimate spheres, and tomorrow I will go back to Feybreak Island and see what we could find. And the next morning I went straight to Feybreak Island, and I got taken out by rockets and fell through the map. Never change, Palworld. Of course, it's my fault because I wasn't heeding the warnings and I got a bit too overconfident. When I got back to my base to let Jet Dragon heal, I dropped him off in the base and allowed my pals to carry him to a bed. This heals up your pals a bit faster than letting them sit in the pal box, and just like that, Jet Dragon's up and at him and ready to go. Whoa, look at that. A Phalaris Aqua. You already know I gotta catch this. No, come with me, please. I need you. Yes, Phalaris Aqua caught. Let's go. Alright, so since flying around on Jet Dragon is an occupational risk at this point, I think I'll just roam around on Xenoguard for a little while. He's kind of underutilized in my playthroughs, but he and I are going to become the bestest of friends. Location, location, location. I need a good base location. Ooh, Scorched Ashland. I definitely don't think that I'll be building here. So since this place is like Viking-esque, I kind of want to build in a snowy area if there is one. I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit with Jet Dragon and fly around. So far we're not getting shot down, so that's a bonus. I want to catch one of these, a Prunella. Oh, the laser rifle is so good. Uh-oh. I seem to have made this other one very upset. We'll catch this one too, why not? Whoa, that was insane. There's a lot of poison. Yeah. Finally, okay, good. I thought I was gonna waste all my ultimate spheres trying to catch this thing. They are very expensive and they take a long time to make. Maybe if I fly low to the ground, it'll be okay? Ooh. Jet Dragon accidentally murked these guys last time I found them. So I'll be doing most of the fighting. Oopsie daisy, I ran out of ammo. Yeah. Really? It kicked away my pal sphere like a soccer ball. Yeah. Just let me catch the emo cat girl, come on. Give this to me. I have to go back to base already and make more pal spheres. Please, please. Okay, good. I was gonna absolutely lose it. Strongly dislikes anyone catching a glimpse of its concealed eye. If you insist on trying, it'll burst into tears and ignore you for 2 weeks. Wow, just like all the other women in my life. Well, I am out of pal spheres. I am at a loss of what to do now. Those took so long to make, and I already gotta go back. Well, I don't want to go back just yet, so I'm gonna explore a little bit more. Here's a mountainous area. I'm gonna fly up and see what's up there. Hopefully I don't get shot. I spoke way too soon. Oh no, 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 please. Oh my god, no. Oh, the missiles are following me. I'm so sorry, Jetragon. I am so sorry. Oh, I am the worst pal dad ever, I swear. Shadowbeak isn't the fastest flyer in the world, but she's gonna have to do. And just like that, it's day 4. A Tarantris. Oh, it's a spider pal. Oh, that's so cool. I like it. It's so cool. I like spiders. They're cool. I know they get a lot of flack. As long as they don't crawl at me and scare me, we're good. I'm not even flying. Calm down. Look at that. There's the boss tower over there. You guys see that? Look at that. There's an entrance down there. I'm gonna go underground. I'm gonna see what it's like. What is this? A nightmare? Look at these guys. Oh, they're friendly. Hello. It is I, Glahm. Have you heard of me on YouTube? I almost have 8,000 subscribers. Isn't that cool? These guys are really nice. Very affable. So on the map up here, I see a Frostallion Noct and an Azurmane. I think the Azurmane might be one of the new legendary pals. I'm not too sure. I kind of want to go check it out. Hello, are you one of the new legendary pals? There's no way this thing can be a legendary pal. My Shadowbeak is absolutely smoking this thing. Yeah, there's no way this can be a legendary pal. Looks cool, though. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I've bitten off way more than I can chew. It's... what happened? I don't know what's going on anymore. Shadowbeak, defend me. Defend your father. An Azurmane bounty token. Okay. I'll have to look at what that is here in a second. Lest I take a trip back to base unwarranted and unwanted. Dude, this Shadowbeak is just shredding all these pals. Oh my goodness. Quoctimus Prime is unstoppable. Except for when Seiya and Celine is concerned, I guess. Proof of defeating Azurmane, Blue Lightning Steed, simply possessing it permanently increases the stats of the pals in your team? Okay, this is interesting. So the more of these you have, the stronger you become. So there's incentive to go out into the world and get it. I'm not even flying. Stop. Frostallion Noct is... Frostallion Noct is... up. Okay, I have one more flying pal, and that's Saline. Uh-oh, I need to dismount. I see the rockets, they're coming. Well, Shadowbeak is really strong, until she gets shot at by rockets. With a quarter of my pal team defeated, I teleported back home to let them rest up and heal, and to make more Ultra Spheres. The morning of day 5, I decided to make Necromus his saddle. Running around the island on Xenogard was getting a bit difficult, and I needed something that can at least traverse the landscape a lot easier. If I remember correctly, Necromus has a triple jump, and that would prove invaluable on Feybreak. And with the aid of one of my trusty Anubis, we began crafting the Necromus saddle in earnest. Yes, this was going to take a little while, but it would totally be worth it, I'm sure of it. And I also saw that you could craft Neophia's shotgun. I wanted to craft this a bit later, so I went ahead and unlocked it. I still needed about 11 dark fragments. Oh, Necromus only has a double jump. Still, that's pretty useful, I think. Oh yes, Necromus, he will do just fine, I am sure. With trusty Necromus at my side, I returned back to Feybreak to explore the land, hopefully slightly more unfettered. Oh, this is nice. He runs so fast. It's good. And since he's a legendary, he's pretty strong. I hope. Blessed fast travel. People. Let's see what they have to say. I am the chief judge of the Palworld exhibition. I came to this region to see Gildane, but it got away. I will give you the honor of showing me Gildane. You may thank me later. Foolish to appear without Gildane at such an opportunity. You've wasted my precious time. What? Nani? How about you? Oh, she's just talking about, like, bounties and stuff. Okay. Oh, she's telling me a story. I can't read, though. Sheesh, even with a lantern, it's still dark. I'm in very uncharted territory right now. What on earth is this? Requires electricity generation. And here I am without an electric pal at my party. Well, them's the breaks, I guess. Come on, Necromus. Wow. Look at this. This is breathtaking. You know what? I think this might be the zone. I think this might be space for base number 4. Celestier. A beast of salvation. Right, Necromus, what? Do you think we could take it? Yeah, I think we can. What is this? That actually... Holy moly. Oh, that was close. Alright, ultimate sphere, let's go. Come on. Let's go. Please. No. Oh, no. Oh. I don't know why I forget that this character is absolutely yoked. Decked out to the gills. Ancient texts refer to it as the Beast of Salvation. The light emitted from by Celestier purifies everything, literally causing things to vanish from existence without leaving a trace. That sounds pretty ominous. And here we are, the morning of day 6. I think I am certifiably lost. Whoa, this would be a sick base location. I wonder if the pals would get stuck on the stalactites, though. Or are they stalagmites? I don't know. We'll find out very soon, I'm sure. Either I'll walk away with a brand new alpha pal, or I'll be walking back to the graveyard. That made more sense in my head. There it is. Wow, this guy looks sick. I gotta be mindful of Shadowbeak's Divine Disaster. There it is. Alright, let's try. 13%, 18%. Try again. I'm not leaving without this pal. Stubborn. Oh my goodness. Really doesn't want to come with me. Oh my gosh. Oh, that was close. Oh no. Bro really does not want to come with me. Go, Niafia. I just need to whittle him down. Oh, he does a lot of damage. Playing... Wait, maybe not. No. I have 9 ultimate spheres left. There we go, whittle him down. No, no, Shadowbeak. What was that? That was like a shield charge. This is like Reinhardt from like Overwatch or something. Yes! Oh, and a little prize. Plasteel armor schematic, alright. I'm gonna head home and do yet another party swap. Alright, it only took 6 days into the playthrough, but I have a plan now. I'm going to disassemble my entire metal smelting base here, since they made the metal ore pit as an unlockable upgrade from the ancient technology point tree, and I'll move everything here over to Feybreak somewhere. I still haven't 100% settled on a base location yet. I haven't even been all over the island. So I'll spend the next few days just disassembling stuff and moving things around. I had a goal in mind, a direction for the next few days, a task that I needed to complete. I'm a very picky person and I'm very particular about where I place my bases. So for the rest of day 6, I flew around the Feybreak Island and explored a little bit, looking for the perfect location. Little did I know though, things would soon take a turn for the worse. Oh, it's a splatterina. Now is my chance. Go get her, Necromus. Oh no. I am in a really compromised position right now. How do you break out of a 45% capture chance? How? I ask you. Things are getting really silly. Alright, the splatterina. I'm dead. Well, I got splattered by the splatterina. The problem I ran into every time I tried to get my stuff back was it was too hot. So I ran back to base real quick to grab a couple of thermal shirts and some heat-resistant pelt armor, and hopefully this will be enough to stave off the heat. I'm confident. I'm pretty sure it'll be fine. And it looks like we're in the clear. Of course, this is Glahm 100 Days, Palworld anything, and things never go as expected. Oh, it's a good thing I had this stuff lying around. We're only like a week into this playthrough and I've died so many times I've lost track. Nope, this is not enough. Well, fellas, it seems like we're in a bit of a pickle here. Oh yeah, you guys are gonna think I'm silly for this, but I actually forgot that ice pals make it so you take less damage in heat. I forgot, okay? It's been a long time. Oh my goodness gracious. It worked! Blessed Winter Chillette. By the way, look at this costume, isn't it cute? I like this. This is fun. Whoa, you can kick? You can kick? Kick what? No. No, don't kick your pals. That's bad. No, don't do that. I'm sorry, Chillette. I don't have my grappling gun, so this is gonna get really wacky really fast. Is it just me, or are we climbing up walls faster? I swear, it feels like we can climb up walls way faster now. A meteorite descent in progress on Feybreak. I actually wonder what this will spawn. I'm gonna make my way over there. Should land right on top of me, yes. Really, just Xenovator? Okay, well, that's kind of lame. And once again, I retreated back home with my tail between my legs. Ooh, yeah, look at that. My stuff is very, very close to breaking. Fortunately, I have enough plasteel to repair it all. Only downside is, I need to wait for PAL metal ingots now. It's always something. I apologize, everyone. I really did not plan on dying like that, setting me back a little bit. I'm gonna have to head back to my other base and make food. Which is good, because I don't like standing around AFKing doing nothing. Feels like I'm wasting time when I do that. Wow, food here at this base is really plentiful. I never really checked all this stuff before, but it seems like we're doing alright on food here. Probably turn all this wheat into flour while I'm here too. Might do some PAL breeding a bit later. Might as well get the cake production started as soon as possible. 580 salads. That should be enough to last us through the winter. Look at that. I kind of miss it, though. Not complaining that they added the ore pit into the game, but it's really fun to watch all your pals just ascend upon a ore node and gather it like that. I don't know. It's like watching ants, I guess. Like an ant colony, if that makes sense. It's just fun. It's a little fun thing. So look at that. You can't tell me that's not satisfying to watch. Watching all the Anubis just pick up ore like that. Ideally, I'd like to repair my stuff before I head back to Feybreak, because I think I have a base location found. Well, they added sound effects when you repair your armor now. That's nice. Wow, this game just continues to get better and better. Time to go back to Feybreak. Alright guys, I think down there is where I'm going to settle. There's an oil resource right there, and I'm going to need oil, so it makes sense to me. The area looks pretty flat. And it's really scenic, so that's good too. Yes, I think this will be the spot. I would like to build in here, but I feel that it would be really cramped if I did. Whoa, my goodness gracious. You think I would learn at this point? Well, it shouldn't be too terribly hard to get my stuff back, in theory. At least I'm not in a volcanic zone or a freezing zone, so there's that. Well, it took me a day to get my stuff back, but at least I got it back. Alright, so I had a bit of a change of plans. This is my breeding ranch here on Sakurajima Island. What I think I'll actually do is destroy this, because I'm not really using it right now, and I could just convert another base into a breeding base or whatever. And I'm going to take this PAL box from this base and move it over to Feybreak, and that way I can keep my metal base while I get things situated and moved. It sounds like a solid plan. Can't wait to see how I mess this one up. Thus began the disassembly of my breeding ranch, dismantling it piece by piece, one by one. This project took up most of the day, so I will see you on day 11. I apologize for the delays. I think I said this in my last video. I'm not super good at Palworld, but I try. I just edit out all the parts where I do horribly. To avoid the risk of being shot down once again, I'm just going to patiently and meticulously climb up the side of this cliff. I've been taking too many unnecessary risks. I've been paying the price for it every time. Haven't really used Necromus much for fighting, but he is a good mount. It's just he runs out of stamina a little bit faster than I like. I forgot to disassemble my other PAL box. Dang it. Why do I do this to myself? Guess I just got too excited. I just wanted to build this base already. Okay, now I can put my PAL box down. Oh well, mistakes happen. I'm only human. But now, I can build on Feybreak. Oh, it was such a chore getting to this point. And now begins the long process of rebuilding a base. I need some security while I move, so I entrust the base to Necromus, Squawktimus Prime, and Jetragon. I have the utmost faith that you guys will defend this base with your lives. This is our new home. We must fight to keep it. Oh, I love you, Squawktimus Prime. You're so cool. Easily my favorite pal in this playthrough. Don't tell Jetragon. She gets kind of jealous. Japanese style structure set, Japanese style furniture set. Well, I have a new thing I need to do. I gotta beat some bosses. I want that furniture set so bad. It's a good thing I have an army of Jetragons at my disposal. I'm gonna collect some of these bounties that are hanging around here. There's a guy over here named Shadow. I think I see him. Yes, that has to be Shadow over there. Alright, Jetragon, let's go. Hello, Shadow. Well, that was a slam dunk. Okay. Let's keep going. Let's go do Crash now. There goes another one. I'm gonna go fight Flare now. Target acquired. Easy does it. I saw another one at the other end of the island. Let's go fight Aloha now. Let's take him out from orbit, shall we? And another one down. It is now day 12. You know, my Glahm fam, this is actually kind of fun. I enjoy these bounties. It's a little something extra to do. This is really addicting. This is the kind of stuff I enjoy in games. We're gonna go fight Nimble next, and since she's on Sakurajima, I'll go gather up my other bounty papers, and then we'll go see what the rewards look like. You know, I always say that I really like Sakurajima. I just don't really like the swamp all that much. Every time I come here, something bad happens. Colette, chill out. And a Relaxosaurus? Oh, see, I told you, every time I come to the swamp, something bad happens. Oh, that was so awesome. Oh, that looked really cool. Through the power of holy light, be cleansed. Alright, let's take out this Relaxosaurus. He's irritating me. Oh my goodness gracious. Did you see how much damage that Dazzy did? That was insane. Hello? I'm absolutely flabbergasted right now. Dumbfounded, stupefied, bewildered. Hello, my good man. I have some requisition for you. An ancient Pal manuscript. An ancient manuscript written on Pal hide. It may be found by Pals during expeditions. Required for advancing research. Alright. I'll take these. These could be very important. 117 ancient Pal manuscripts? Okay. I don't know what these do yet, but we'll find out. Finally, I can unlock the Japanese-style structure set. No. No! I was gaining ancient technology points, and I thought I was gaining technology points. Oh, I have to level, actually. Rummaging through my chests has yielded me 3 innovative technical manuals and 2 ancient technical manuals. I'm so glad I am a hoarder. I'm so excited to see what this Japanese stuff looks like. I've avoided spoilers thus far. Everything you're seeing in this video is just a raw experience. I gotta say, so far, I am very pleased with how this looks. Of course, it's no secret that I eventually would like to visit Japan, and it's stuff like this that helps me keep that dream alive. I was still building into the morning of day 13. I was having an immense amount of fun placing down these Japanese-style structures. It was much nicer to look at than the shabby stone and the wood. There was a certain kind of elegance about it that I really appreciated. Of course, we'll just ignore the bush sticking through the floor. I'll find something to cover it up. Well, this is what I have so far. I'm not exactly the best builder, but I'm quite happy with this. I'm perfectly fine with a very small base. Later on in the day, we had an uninvited house guest see himself in. How dare you! How dare you get out of my house! You are ruining everything, get out of my house! Oh no, not another war sect. Sigh. Stop. Alright everyone, this is what I have so far. Here's the entrance to the house. There are stone lanterns leading you up into the house. I have 2 entrances, so either or you could choose. And then as soon as you get through the door, here is the main living area. You have a hearth on the floor where you can cook your food, drink tea, commiserate amongst your friends and comrades, and then you have, of course, the pillows you can sit on to be comfortable. And here's a lovely divider dividing the living room from my study, and here is where I edit my YouTube videos. And around this corner, I haven't really decided what I'm going to do back here quite yet, but you walk down this hallway and open this door, and it leads to my bedroom. Or you can come through this door too. I don't really plan these videos out, I just kind of roll with it, so today I think I'll just go disable as many of the turrets as I can, because I am getting tired of turning into a fine red mist every time I decide to ascend to the clouds. When the sun rose on day 16, I was still attempting to get to these pesky Feybreak turrets. Whoa, you can actually destroy the turrets? They actually take damage, okay. I don't think I'm going to waste all my rockets trying to take it down, though. I think hacking it would just be easier. We're making some great progress with these things. I consider this a part of chores. These turrets have to come down eventually. I miss the luxury of flying. Thank goodness these guys are really incompetent. Another one down. And that was it. For the half of day 16, I was just going around disabling turrets as I saw them. How? It got my jet wagon through the ground. How? Okay. I think I only have 2 of these left to take care of. I hope. It's good. It's good. I took out most of the turrets around the island, so I'll be able to fly now, hopefully, in peace. Right, so I think the next course of action would be to spend the next few days disassembling my metal smelting base and then moving it over here so I can start farming hexalite. It's going to take a little while. Hopefully the turrets don't respawn when I do this grand move. Really frustrating if they did. Day 17, what I need to do is move all of my materials from both of my bases to my new one. I don't know how long this project is going to take, but I can tell it's going to take a little while. Yeah, I'm just throwing chests wherever at this point. After I cleaned out my main base from all of my building materials, I moved on to my metal base, and I prepared for the immense task of the teardown and move. This base has served me well. Now it's time to say goodbye. Day 18 and I'm still moving. Title of this video is going to be, I spent 100 days playing Palworld Feybreak and all I did was just move. I've laid down so many chests. All of these chests are already at capacity, a lot of them. I didn't realize how much trash I accumulated over the last, 100 days in my last playthrough. Jeez. Whew, finally, I think that's it. I think that's all the chests from both of my bases moved over to the Feybreak base. Now I just have to tear everything down. Right, so the move is now complete. But before I do anything even remotely close to building a new base, I am putting up a wall. That was it. For the rest of day 18, I was building my defenses up. Didn't have to look pretty. I just had to keep all the war sect out. The next morning, I made a crude oil extractor. I don't know if this thing is relevant anymore, but it wouldn't hurt to have one lying around just in case I needed it for anything. That took a little bit, but it's done. And I'm not going to need oil right away, so I'll just worry about it later. My main focus right now is getting that hexalite base built. Oh, here we are. The terrain's a bit uneven, but I think we can manage. This guy's gonna have to get the hints, though. Wow, everyone's making short work of all the resources around here. It's good to see. In no time, I'll be decked out in full hexalite, just you watch. And for the rest of the day, I leisurely watched my Anubis gather resources from the surrounding area. Just watching them made my brain shut down. It just happens sometimes. Look at them all go. Oh, this is amazing. I took a few days break from playing. I think the last thing I was doing was making a base, so I'm just going to put up some walls real quick, just so I don't get attacked by tarantulas or anything like that. I'll also have to put some beds down eventually so my pals don't go crazy from lack of sleep. Since this area is kind of relatively flat, I might put all my workstations over here, like my conveyor belts and my sphere assembly lines and all that, all the wacky doodads that I have to rebuild. So that's going to be fun. Another few days of moving stuff over. I already made this joke in one of my other videos, but aren't you glad you subscribed? Wall is now built. It's not the prettiest thing, but all it has to do is just keep me safe. And first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make all of my pals some beds because I want them to be comfortable. Some people seem to think that I don't care about my pals, which is only partly true. Truth is, I care too much. Sheesh, pals are so moody. You don't bend to their every whim, and they'll throw a tantrum and just refuse to work. That's not pretty, but it'll do. And most of day 21 was spent building up my production base. I needed to get back to full strength as soon as possible. So far what I've built is a working platform where I'll place all of my assembly lines and construction equipment. I have a large power pylon here for when I eventually get the ore circuit in here. And because my pals are being particularly moody, I put down a few hot springs. Hopefully this will keep them from going insane. I was going to need the gigantic furnace at some point, so I went ahead and unlocked that. And then I rushed back to my other base on Feybreak to search through my chests diligently for any plasteel that was lying around. The recipe called for a lot of them. And me, being completely unorganized, really regretted this search. Good, the hexalite is respawning. Excellent. I was kind of worried that I built a bit too close to them, but it seems everything is working out quite nicely. I really like this war sect Terra. He reminds me of Hercules Kabuterimon from Digimon. One of my favorite Digimon. Next to Greymon, of course. But everybody loves Greymon. And Garurumon. I like Digimon. I like them. They're cool. All of them. I want to build a quartz mine too at some point, so I'm going to have to go to the mountains with Astagon eventually. I forgot that my Astagon does not have lightning bolt, so I just whipped out my trusty claymore and started doing the responsible sword owner thing and smacking hard rocks with it. Wow, I only need 100 of these things and I'm already almost there. This was a really short trip indeed. I thought I would be here all day. Excellent, excellent. Yes, yes, yes! It's all coming together. Now I just need to get some Yormantine Ignis to do some work, and we're golden, baby. We're solid golden. I might have to go raid an oil rig at some point, too. I want oil, and I want it fast. Like the true American patriot that I am. Now, the last time I tried to do an oil rig in this game, it turned out to be omega stressful, as you've seen in my 100 Days Dragons video. Well, I'm not getting blown out of the sky by anti-air lasers, so that's a good sign. Gotta be on my guard, though. I have 166 rockets with the Syndicate's name on it. Hopefully this will be enough. What's up, dude? What? These guys are only level 15. Why was I worried? I could just steamroll everyone here. What? And with the help of Anexia, my Frost Ally and Noct, we made short work of the Syndicate on their own oil rig. I don't even think it's worth it to use my laser rifle, but I kind of want to get out of here at an expedient rate. I don't even really need my Frost Ally and Noct for this. Oh, this is so ridiculous. It's fun. I'm having a good time. Please have oil. Nice, we're getting oil. Well, since these guys are pushovers, I might as well just do a clean sweep of this place. By the way, how are you guys enjoying the video so far? I hope it's good. I'm not normally used to talking like this. I normally write a script for my 100 Days content, but this is so much easier and less stressful. Well, who knows? If this video does poorly, this will be a one-off. If the video does poorly, I'll just stick to a script. If this video does wonderfully, I'll probably keep doing it this way. No, that was it. Okay. Well, before I go to the other oil rig, I'm gonna go drop what I have off, and then we'll head over there. There was a trick to getting out there with your grappling gun. I want to see if I can do it. So you just have to aim towards the oil rig, fire off your grapple, and at the last second, press spacebar. Look at that. This is broken. This is so ridiculous. Oh, what's up, fellas? You mind if I drop in? Huh? Oh my goodness, I can't believe that actually worked. That actually worked. Wow. Wow. Wowee. Oh my goodness gracious, they are upset with me. Just need to hide and wait for my shield to recharge. Alright, I'm gonna just hide over here until my health regenerates. I'll just have to be more mindful of how I approach things, because I lost my two heavy hitters. It's up to Splatterina and Squawktimus Prime to hard carry. Just spamming the noob tube makes this so much easier and bearable. Oh, I forgot how smooth this is. Of course, did lose a few pals along the way. Quite a few of them actually, but you know, that's the price we pay for power. 50 oil, Ancient Civilization Core. Yeah, I'll take it. The oil and the Ancient Civilization Core are all I really care about, honestly. Well, it's time to head back home and take some much needed rest. Oh, Lucetta. Lucetta is my Bella Noir, by the way. It's named after one of my good friends. Oh, you poor creature. Oh my goodness gracious. And after all that toil from the previous day, I was able to make a decent amount of plasteel plates. I can make 21. Hopefully that'll be enough. Making some good progress, boys. And with a day half through, I was able to craft the gigantic furnace, which would allow me to get hexalite armor and equipment. I was excited to see this thing in use, and it's a good thing I had a ton of hexalite on hand. So I need chromite as well. I have the hexalite. The chromite is gonna be a bit of an issue, because I don't know where to get that. But I want to see this thing in action, so let's go ahead and make a single hexalite piece. Alright, fellows, gather around, gather around. Wow, look at that, it's cool. A single piece of hexalite, the first one of the playthrough. With many more to come, hopefully. A quick Google search yielded the answers that I so desperately sought, and I need to unlock the metal detector. Alternatively, I can use a smoky to help me dig for chromite, which I happen to have one already caught, so that's a blessing. At the start of day 26, I got to work right away and made my Smoky's harness with the help of a trusty Anubis. With Smoky's PAL ability, we began scanning the nearby area for chromite. I have no idea how this really works, so please feel free to roast me in the comment section. And since I'm really good at segues, Smokey and I eventually ended up in the snowy region of Feybreak Island. We were still searching for that precious resource chromite, but alas, we haven't found any yet. Things were looking a bit dour, until we came across a supply drop. Slowly and meticulously I approached the edge, awaiting inevitable combat. Yes, I was very nervous. I got the drop on him, and it seems like this guy doesn't really care. Okay. Look at all this chromite. Well, it seems I'm going to be opening supply drops a lot more frequently in these playthroughs because hot dog. Wow, and some hexalite armor schematics? Let's go. When I tried to sneak over here with Jetragon, I noticed another tower that I'm going to have to deal with. I'd like to be able to fly in this zone unabated. Seems like they're taking care of themselves. Man, I am so glad the AI in Palworld is like this. Fastest hands in the West. He's not crazy enough to blow us both up, is he? He is crazy enough to blow us both up. I found an alpha Bushi Noct. I need some alpha cores to craft some stuff, so hopefully this goes without a hitch. He one-tapped Jetragon. Wow, he is scary. 12 predator cores? Wow, okay. As I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, there's another supply drop that landed next to my other base, so I'm gonna go collect that too. If there's free chromite, I mean, I might as well. Alright, let's see what's inside, shall we? Oh, even more chromite. Perfect. Well, now I have a ton of chromite and a ton of hexalite, I might as well get to crafting something cool, right? It's safe to say that I'm a little bit off from this awesome cold-resistant hexalite armor. I still need about 99 more hexalite to go. Yikes. And I also wanted to make the double air dash boots. Unfortunately, I need Nightstar sand, and I have no idea where to get that. But the silver lining is I can make a large pouch, and I did. I can always use more inventory space. Well, that's kind of a bummer that I need a lot more chromite than I have to make hexalite armor. I guess in the meanwhile, I could just fly around and go look for turrets to disable. Wow, okay. Been a little bit since that happened. This is gonna be another segment for, oh, I'm going to spend half the day getting my stuff back because I died in some random place on Feybreak, huh? Sigh. Well, it's day 28 anyway. Well, it looks like I'm not going anywhere until it gets warmer. And if it sounds like I'm kind of upset, that's putting it mildly, let's just say. But this video is already long as it is, and I respect your guys' time, so I'm just gonna cut to when I get my stuff back. And then we'll work on getting that tower disabled. And another one down. Seriously, another one? What, they got like back-to-back anti-air towers out here? It do be like that, unfortunately. Yes, as predicted, this turned into a segment where Glahm spends half the day getting his stuff back. What happened to all the in-between? Well, I died about 4 or 5 times on my way to get this stuff back, mostly by freezing to death. So I'm just gonna edit out all those parts, and yeah, we're just gonna keep rolling. We're just gonna continue. Every time I die in this game on this island, it makes me scream internally. That's neat. Look, a shipwreck. Oh, what's going on over here? Nightstar sand. I needed these to make the boots. The air dash boots, so that's helpful to know that you can find these on the beach on Feybreak at least. Suddenly, my mood has elevated. Listen, Starion, I'm really not in the mood right now. I'm just really not in the mood. I'll send you back to My Little Pony where you belong. Well, at least my suffering was for naught. Got another tower disabled, so that's something. And for the rest of day 28, to while the woes away, I hunted for Nightstar sand on the beach. I think that wraps it up for most of the towers on the island. I think I have one more to go and then they're done. Which is great because I am so sick and tired of being shot out of the air. It's not even funny at this point. Well, it's probably funny for you all watching at home, but for me it's quite irritating. I'm just vibing, minding my own business, chilling. And then all of a sudden, kablamo. Goodbye, Glahm. Truth be told though, I do play this game so recklessly. That's why I could never do a hardcore run. And there's another tower down. Well, I've got nothing better to do. Might as well try and find some chromite with Smokey so I can upgrade my armor at least. So it takes 5 chromite to make 1 hexalite bar. I'm going to need, if my estimations are correct, a lot of chromite. Wow. Well, Smokey's cute, and it kind of has a useful ability, but using it is getting me nowhere fast, so I think I might just have to pony up and actually make the metal detector. There is a silver lining in this playthrough, though. I have to go back to Sakurajima, my homeland. I need to farm a ton of pretty flowers. The method I'm going to use to farm a bunch of pretty flowers is just take out Quiverin Botan over here in the forest. I found out they drop pretty flowers by mistake, actually, in one of my other playthroughs. You know, just in case nobody knows that, but at this point Sakurajima's been out for like, what, half a year, so it's probably common knowledge now. I was gonna farm Quiverin Botan, but since there's Lulu aplenty, I think I'll just farm these lovely gals. Sorry, ladies. It's nothing personal, I just need a mind wipe tonic. Every time I see a Moonflower Genin and a Moonflower Jonin, I get sick to my stomach now. Unsurprisingly, my 100 Days Humans Only video did really well, thank you by the way. And with not much else to say, I spent the rest of the night on my beloved Sakurajima, farming Lulu for their precious flowers. I'm still missing horns, bones, and PAL fluids, all of which I can just buy from the merchant, so guess what? For those of you who have seen my other videos, I'm going to farm the dog coin merchant. So I went to a few merchants and I couldn't find any PAL fluids for sale, which is strange to say the least. I don't know if they changed that or what. Yes, despite me playing this game for hundreds of hours, I do not read the patch notes. So everything is a surprise, just like the fact I can't find PAL fluids for some reason. I have no idea why. I can already tell this is going to take up most of the day, so I'll just see you on day 31. On day 31, I started making my memory wiping medicine. It was going to take a long time, so in the meanwhile, I went back to Feybreak Island. Oh, there's an oil rig over here by Feybreak. That's way out there, and it's weird because I saw the PIDF officer just standing there and I had no idea what he was doing. So what I might have to do is I might have to build a saddle for a Yormantide and swim out there, or I could try and do the grappling gun trick from here. It's worth a shot, I mean, why not? Can I actually make this? I almost made that, surprisingly. Alright, I'm not the smartest guy when it comes to playing Palworld, but I think a solid course of action would be is to create more rockets. Yes, yes. I don't really have much else going on while waiting for that mind wipe medicine, so why not? When I returned to base, I set my Anubis on the task of creating as much gunpowder as I possibly could. If I was going to take on that oil rig head on, I wanted to have plenty of rockets for the occasion. It was gonna be a big boom bonanza. I can make 198 rockets. I'm sure this will be more than enough. That's the thing with Palworld, it's a lot of waiting. A lot of waiting and standing around. Yeah, the sun's almost going down, so I might as well just go to bed anyway. I have 12 technology points. I have no idea where these came from. I'm going to use them to unlock the metal detector. Do you know what that means? It completely nullifies the need of that mind wipe medicine. Awesome. I craft the metal detector and then I could just reset all my stats and put it into stuff that's useful. The large scale stone oven. Okay, I'll unlock this too. I want to see what this looks like. I need 200 cement to craft it. Back on my Sakurajima farm, I finally made the ultimate cooking stove. I'm curious to see how this thing will work. I like it. This thing's pretty cool so far. I'd like to see how fast this thing can belt out cake. Oh, yes, yes, yes. This is good. Look how fast that's going. Beautiful morning here on Sakurajima Island. I'm still waiting for my Lylene to finish making that mind wipe medicine. And no, she is not any closer to completing it. We're not even a quarter of the way done. Mercy, mercy me. I don't really have a plan. That memory wipe medicine is taking a long time to craft. I might as well just go do an oil rig. Here we are on the oil rig again. I don't want to bore you guys with the details, so I'll just see you once I get to the chest. Well, it only took half the day, but here we are at the chest. Let's see what we get. 130 oil for my troubles, not bad. Hopefully this will make a decent amount of plasteel. Oh yes, jackpot baby. Jackpot. Very good day today. A day where everything just went so perfect. I have no idea what this Anubis is doing. But you do you, dude. I will admit, I cheated a little bit. I looked up the locations of where chromite is on the map. So today I'm going to try and farm for some chromite with my Smokey. When I looked at the guide on YouTube, it said that spawn locations were somewhere around here. Our first chromite node. Well done, Smokey. Precious resource. Oh, that's so much. Oh, I'm gonna have that armor in no time, for sure, for sure. Now, the map says there's a boss around here, and the guide said that there was a lot of chromite in this area. Oh, there he is. You're a mean one, Mr. Pinch. Oh, he hits really hard. Okay, Jetrag, and I'll just let you sort this out for me, please. Holy moly! Holy moly, he almost dropped Jetrag in like 2 shots. Oh no, come on. These stupid Tarantulas. I really liked them at the start of this playthrough. Now they're just kind of getting on my nerves. He is after me. Shadowbeak, go! Oh, another Tarantulas. Really like Tarantulas at the start of this playthrough, but now I've noticed that every time I meet with misfortune, there's usually a Tarantulas involved, so I'm quickly starting to change my opinion on them to negative. Alright, with those threats out of the way, let's continue looking for some chromite, shall we? See, I'm trying to farm some chromite, and there's another Tarantulas. Go away. Well, I'm at capacity. I need to go back to base and drop some stuff off anyway. So I'll just Thundercloud, drop off my chromite, see if I can craft anything cool. I have so much clutter in my inventory, it's no wonder I'm over encumbered all the time. So I'm over here looking for ice organs because I want to build a refrigerated crusher. I found one of these chests that I can finally open because I actually have a pal on me. Hey, Yormantide, you mind giving me a hand here? Thank you. Wow, you spoil me, Palworld. You really know how to treat a girl. Why is it when I'm looking for ice pals, they don't spawn? Figures, as soon as I start complaining, there they are. That should be all the ice organs I need. Now I'm going to just go back home and make that crusher. There. That's the perfect job for my frost alien. All she has to do all day is sleep and turn the crusher. Oh, I can make 82 pieces of hexolite. Feels good, man. Feels really good. Finally making some progress in this game. Oh, I'll have more than enough to make this armor here soon. The only thing holding me back is more plasteel, so you know what that means? Yes, that's right. More oil rigs. This might be a very bad idea, but I'm going to try and full send Jetragon over to the oil rig. The idea is to jump off before the lasers and rockets can target me. I have no idea how well this plan's going to work. To say I'm slightly nervous would not be an exaggeration. I wonder if the devs knew that people would try this, so they made it far, far out here. This is so awkward. I really fumbled it. I might as well just swim. Hop on either Shadowbeak or Jetragon to regain stamina. And hope I don't get shot down in the meanwhile. I have no idea what awaits me on this oil rig, but I can tell you that it is probably nothing good. Yes, if I take this very slow, I should come out rosy. First order of business when I get up there, though, is to disable that turret. Good thing I have my rocket launcher on me. Okay, I just teleported like 30 feet to the right. They have katanas? Oh yeah, coming here was a mistake. No way they can shoot me in the water, bro. No way they can shoot me in the water. What is this? What? Just the Palworld things. Oh, that's so stupid. Well, rip. I'm not getting that stuff back. And now to make Yormantide's saddle. I need to go get my stuff back, and I actually want to try that oil rig. I'm not scared of it or nothing. I just think I need some good armor first. But to do that, I need oil. Well, I got nothing better to do. If I set foot off of my base, I'm more than likely going to freeze. It's moments like this that really make me miss Sakurajima. Not saying there's anything wrong with Feybreak or nothing. Wow, even 2 heaters, I'm still freezing. Even with 3, I'm still freezing. That's insane. After extensive testing, placing down 4 heaters, I'm just not going to walk over there. Just as I suspected, Feybreak being what it is, as soon as I leave my base, I start freezing to death. Good thing I have extra armor lying around. I hope it's enough. I mean, it should be. I have +6 cold resistance on me right now. It better be enough. What I think the best course of action would be is to get up somewhere really high and just do AoE with a rocket launcher. I have to Metal Gear Solid my way up to the top of the oil rig. That's insanity. That is insane. I just shot that guy in the head with a rocket and he tanked it. The devs must have got sick and tired of people just speed running the oil rig, so they made this one a lot harder. Look at that, that's insane. This is an upgraded rocket launcher too. This is not the standard one. I got a blueprint. That is nuts. Alright, Nyafia. Wow, this is totally worth it. That was totally worth the dark fragments. All she did was a little dance. Mercy me. Well, oh, they can still hit me up here. I'm going back down. Alright. I'm going to forego this place. I don't want to be here anymore. That stuff's gone forever. Well, I certainly am quite stumped on how to proceed. Just make myself another hyper shield to get started, I suppose. That's my thoughts anyway. The devs got tired of people speedrunning the other oil rig, and they're like, oh, no, 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 no. You want to come in here with a rocket launcher? The audacity. Well, we'll show you. And show me they did. Alright, I'm going to make another set of cold-resistant metal armor. It's not the greatest, but it has +2 cold resistance, and I have a multi-climate undershirt that I can work with. So I have +3 frost resistance now. Hopefully this will be enough to keep me warm while I get my stuff back. Is this a meteorite or a supply drop? Maybe I can get another shirt out of the supply drop, if it is one. Oh, it is a supply drop, good. Oh, that's unfortunate. Some good hexalite, though. Vital elixir. Yes, yeah. There, I have 4,745 health after taking those potions as well. I should be super tanky. Hopefully this will be enough. Oh, no, that's not good. My stuff is on the upper floor of the oil rig. Does sneaking actually matter in this game? I thought not. Just gonna yell. What hit me? What? That's insane. This place is insane. Okay. You win, Palworld. I'm a broken man. I'm not gonna go get my stuff back. Oh, that's so busted. Way overtuned. I had 4,000 health. I still got shredded. And I even had hyper shield on me. That's insanity. Like, just absolutely bonkers. Well, to be fair, I could just honestly make another rocket launcher. Oh, I had my laser rifle on me, though. It's alright. It's not like I was really using it anyway. First things first, make another sword. All's not lost. As I was digging around through chests looking for that rocket launcher blueprint that I had, I found my old set of plasteel armor before I got the upgrade. So, we're slightly back, baby. So what I have on me now is a shotgun, a sword, a grappling gun, with a set of the unupgraded plasteel armor and a PAL metal helmet. We could make this work. My new plan is to get more plasteel made and get a full set of hexalite armor ASAP. I can make the base rocket launcher. It's not as good as my other one, but oh well. At this stage in the game, I just wrote my bag off on that oil rig. The stuff I had was really nice. Odds are, I'm probably not going to get it back in this playthrough, and I've come to accept that. Honestly, never thought I'd use the old Peacemaker again in any of my Palworld playthroughs, but hey, I gotta say, the idea is growing on me. I'll let this thing do the singing for me, and the talking. Hasta la vista, baby. I decided the best course of action to do would be to run another oil rig today for day 40. And once again, I'm not going to bore you with the details, so we're just going to skip ahead till I get to the chest. Alright, let's just get this stuff and get out of here while the getting's good. 140 oil. Excellent. I don't appear to have any dazzy thunderclouds on me, so what I'm going to have to do is slingshot my way out of this one, boys. Mission success. I might as well do the other one since I'm out and about. And I think it goes without saying that I made very light work of the syndicate that were on the low-level oil rig. And the chest was up here right away too, so I didn't have to fuss around with it. That's good. Wow. 7 oil. That was barely worth the shotgun shells it took to clear the top deck. And my jet dragon fainted off camera, so I'm gonna have to get back there doing this. I don't mind it. Just as fast, if not faster, than using a jet dragon, surprisingly. I can make 34 pieces of plasteel from all that hard work, which means by the time that's complete, I should have a set of hexalite. I think another side thing I want to do today is find another alpha pal. I want to make the Meowmere sword just to see what it's like. Alright, I cheated again. I looked at a guide. I can't be fussed finding these things on my own. There's one, a level 55 Shroomer. It did like no damage to him. I'm gonna have to pull out the old ace in the hole. The Exodia, the forbidden one. And once again, Shadowbeak makes very light work of literally everything. Squawktimus Prime is my absolute last resort. I've only managed to find that one predator pal. This map lied to me. Unless they're just random spawns, then that would make a bit more sense. People seem to be under the misconception that I'm a super Palworld expert because I play this game a lot. Truth is, I don't know what I'm doing. Not gonna lie. That was pretty satisfying to watch. Well, I've only found one predator pal. I'm already bored of this. I'm gonna go back to base. Oh, I can make Meowmere right off the rip. Let's go on ahead. Alright, everyone gather around quickly now, quickly. Look at that, that's pretty cool. I've really played Terraria. I don't know what this weapon is. I like it so far, though. Maybe we'll find something to test it out on. That's right, you got beaten by a sword that meows. How does that make you feel? I imagine if you stat stack into attack, this weapon would be crazy. Uh-oh. I might die, though. Oh, wow, that has some range on it. I like this. This is nice. It's got some bounce, it's got some range. I think I found my forever weapon. That was a lot of fun. I needed that. The only thing I'm missing now for my cold-resistant hexalite armor is an ice organ or two. I probably could go to a merchant and buy these, but honestly, I could probably just take out 1 or 2 ice pals. 95 should do. This is what I should have done in the first place. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. Time for a well-deserved, hard-earned upgrade. The cold-resistant hexalite armor. Heck, just to get this done even faster, I'll even pitch in and lend a hand. It's done. Hey, where did it go? Hey, no, no, no. What are you doing? Give that back. Oh, look at that. The cold-resistant hexalite armor. Oh, it looks so good. I earned this. We're making some progress, finally. It's not quite day 43 yet, but I hear the ominous hum of a predator pal close by. There it is. It's a Splatterina. Oh, I have no idea what's going on. And Meowmere came to the rescue. Rip Jetragon, though, for like the 100th time in this video, at least. Yeah, aside from that predator pal earlier, all I really am doing today is just hunting for more chromite. I'm just killing time until the sun goes down so I can get some star sand. Now that I have a new sweet set of hexalite armor, I think a weapon to go along with it would be just the cherry on top. And I have that bow in mind. So, wish me luck, fingers crossed. Well done, Smokey. It's only 1, but hey, it's better than nothing, I guess. Looks like there's a lot of star sand here tonight, which is a very good thing. Yeah, I know this isn't exactly the most exciting stuff to watch, but it is very necessary. And I don't want the day to be too short, so it's still going in the video. Had a pretty good night farming star sand. I only need 20 more to craft the bow. And I'm sure you know what that means. Yes, I'm gonna go back with Smokey and farm more chromite. This is right next to Pinch, the super boss. I don't know, this is gonna be awkward. There we go. 2 divine disasters in a row got him sorted out. To put a pin on day 44, I once again harvested star sand on the beach. The good news is, I'm done farming star sand. The bad news is, I don't know how much more I'm going to need in the near future. So, I've made a discovery in my hexalite base. I have an oil node, and I didn't even realize it. Wow, such a scatterbrain I am. Pretty sure I'd lose my feet if they weren't attached to my body. Alright, my bow is made. What's a bow without some arrows? These things are expensive to make. Awesome. I can make 82 hexalite now. You remember a few weeks ago when this stuff seemed really impossible to obtain? Yeah, me too. For those of you who've stuck around with me for like the year that my YouTube channel's been alive, you guys will know that I enjoy bows. I do enjoy a bit of archery in real life as well, so I want to test this out, see what it can really do. Whoa, that is a decent amount of damage actually. This is more than my shotgun. What's going on here? Okay, so it turns out being hit with a rocket directly, even with Hexalite armor, still kind of hurts. Oh no. Note to editing, Glahm. Edit that part out of the video. Alright, so I've been hinting at doing some pal breeding for quite a while. What I want to do is make a Bastigore. There are two ways you can get a Bastigore from what I read online. You can get it from an egg, or you could breed for it. All you need is an Anubis and a Frostallion, which I have both. Here goes nothing. We got Frostallion and Anubis shacked up together. We'll just let the power of love and nature take its course, and hopefully we can get something nice. I didn't even notice, I can make a giant pouch now. More inventory space is always good. This is a much welcomed boost. I see, so there's a bit of an issue. I can't place the oil extractor here because my floor/ceiling covers up the model. Oh well, easy come, easy go. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier in the video, but I destroyed my other oil extractor because I thought I needed the resources at the other base, but I really didn't, so here I am rebuilding it at this base. I might as well start building up this other base too. I'd hate for it to go to waste. It doesn't look too pretty now, but give it time. Now that I got the ore circ here, things can really get cooking. Yes, yes, it's working. Yes! We're gonna need a lot more electricity than this. I think 2 generators with 2 ore circ manning them will be perfectly fine for now. I finally found a purpose for my Phalaris Aqua. It was just sitting in the POW box. I figured I'd let him out in the farm on Sakurajima. I think that 2 Tier 4 water pals will be perfectly fine for this base. Yes, yes. A Yormantide and a Phalaris Aqua should be enough to keep all of my crops here watered. I was running into issues where 4 crop plots would be planted and watered at a time, and it looks like the issue has resolved itself, thank goodness. This should be fully automated now. All I have to do is come here every few days and just cook some salad, and we're golden. Look, eggs. Time for the moment of truth. And as a bit of a heads up, I do have some boosted rates. I've been reading comments saying, why don't you boost rates? Why don't you boost rates? Well, the thing is, I have boosted rates. That includes egg incubation as well. If I didn't increase egg incubation rates, this video would not come out. So please bear with me. Get it? Because it's a Bastigore. Not sure what's going on with my Bastigore's loincloth there, but he seems to be not rendered completely. He does look cool though. He looks like a werebear almost. Look, Mom and Dad, it's your full-grown son. I already have a Bastigore with Ice Emperor. That is huge. And I have another Bastigore with Musclehead, so I think I'll breed these two together. I might deconstruct this here and move it to my other base on Feybreak. I could convert that other base into a full-blown breeding operation. So that'll be a project for tomorrow. It's not much to look at, but it's a storage shed. I'm tired of having all the chests in the yard. Figured I'd give them a home of their own. Yeah, it'll do. Hey Anubis, can you go away so I can put this chest down, please? Go outside, go do something. Jeez. Wouldn't be much of a storage shed without storage, huh? So, here I am, placing chests. Sometimes I feel like I don't have to state the obvious. Some of the comments I get on these videos tell me otherwise. That's mostly how my day went. Placing storage chests down, and fighting with my Anubis to get out of my way as I was trying to do this important task. Hey, it was a very short day today, but this was a long time coming. I am tired of losing stuff in random chests. It's the next day now, and I'm still having a stare down with this Anubis. It won't leave me alone. It's kind of weirding me out. That project took 2 in-game days to get sorted, and I'm finally just done after 2 days. Holy moly, I am not doing this again. I'm going to do it again. Watch. Back at it farming gobfins for today. I need more power fluids. I want to build more lettuce plantations. Turns out having 3 isn't enough to feed 3 bases. Ideally, I'd like to have around 5 or 6, though. With Meow Mirror in hand and Jet Ragging at my side, we made short work of all the gobfins we saw. Heck, even some Mossanda got in on the action. Such devastation. This was not my intention. And here we go again. I'm also picking up some star sand since it's nighttime. And I need some of this for the dash boots. You already know how this song and dance goes, so I will see you tomorrow. Alright, so I told a bit of a lie. I just got a warning to get off of my mount, or else I would be shot out of the sky. I'm not sure if I missed this one on my round trip or what, but it needs to come down, so that's what I'm going to do to start out the day. Also, I rescued a Smokey from a cage, and it was already fainted, but it wasn't fainted while it was in the cage. Okay. Ooh, there's the Mossando Lux in the cage. Yes, please. Alright, just like most of my relationships, this will be a quick in and out affair. All in all, mission successful. I'm gonna return back to base, see if I can craft those dash boots yet. It would appear that I am no closer to creating the double air dash boots. I still need a lot of plasteel for these. That means I gotta go back to the oil rigs. I don't want to go back! In hindsight, I realized that this might have not been the best location for a breeding ranch because I could only fit 2 of them in here. Not much of a breeding farm with only 2 breeding ranches. Oh well. Before I get too sidetracked with it, I need to go back to Sakurajima and place down more lettuce plantations. It appears my brawn cherry is stuck inside of my house. That could be a problem. Oh, that alpha splatterina wandered into my base. Oh, this alpha splatterina is taking out all of my pals. Oh, when the fighting's over, I'll have to survey the damage. I really did not think that she would wander this close. Wow, that alpha splatterina just ran through my entire farming base like it was nothing. It doesn't look like anything was too damaged. Wow, Jetragon, that was incredibly rude of you. That was really unexpected. I'm awake now. Thank you, Palworld. Legend Musclehead. Ooh, we're off to a great start. Swift Serenity Ice Emperor. Oh, these are actually really good. Those 2 glowing pillars of light are mocking me. Maybe one day in this playthrough I'll actually get my old stuff back, but at this point it's really redundant. I have better armor and better weapons now. It's not like it matters anymore. And I found the rocket launcher blueprint that I was looking for, so I can just make another good rocket launcher. Honestly, I just think that stuff is as good as gone. There's a man over here named Mimic. So far, we're just taking care of him in short order. I have so many of these bounty tokens, I should probably turn these in. I have 51 of these successful bounty tokens. I'm going to go to a bounty collector and see what we can get. I only looked at the rewards briefly and I bought a stack of papers that I don't think I can use because they're for PAL expeditions and I don't know how to do that. Ah, I see. A high-grade technical manual. I can get 10 of these. I wonder how many technology points they can get. Honestly, this would have saved me so much time earlier in the video. I'm sure those of you who haven't watched this far will be quick to comment on my error. I understand. It's okay. We can fix it now. 1 technology point. It said a few technology points, but I think 1 is the very definition of few. When it said a few technology points, I was under the wrong assumption that it would be around like maybe 2 or 3. Not a whole 1, a singular, not plural. Oh, I can unlock more stuff at least. That's good. Let's shoot for the lightweight hexalite armor, I think. Yes. Bastigor's hammer, that goes without saying. Took a little while, but I can finally make the double air dash boots. Let's get these made. Alright, here I am standing on top of my wall. I press spacebar and you press control twice. I don't know. I'm still on the fence about these. There's a lot of work for not a whole lot of reward, I feel. I'm not expecting like a miles wide dash, but something a bit more substantial than that. I'm gonna make an upgraded rocket launcher. I need more gunpowder for rockets. This is going to take a little bit. Might as well go to my breeding base and see how that's doing. Ice Emperor, Swift, Legend, almost. Ice Emperor, Musclehead, Abnormal. Alright, we're getting somewhere. Musclehead, Ice Emperor, let's go. My Bastigor breeding has paid off. I have a set of Bastigor with Musclehead, Ice Emperor, and Legend, and another set has Serenity on them. Now, if I can get the perfect Bastigor babies, I should have a really powerful Bastigor here soon. Hello, boys. I'm back. Oh no, it's that crazy red-headed waifu again. Quick, sound the alarm. Now imagine if they put explosive arrows or something into this game. Oh, yes. Oh, that was beautiful. Gotta say, I'm pretty proud of my marksmanship skills in this game. I know there's a reticle helping me out, but still. Let's see what our spoils are this time. Please give me a lot of oil, I need it. 60 oil. Wow. I can make 19 plasteel. It's alright, I guess. I would like to get that upgraded set of hexalite armor as soon as possible, so here I am once again, farming chromite with Smokey. Find the goods, girl! Farming chromite with Meowmere equipped is really amusing. There are just bouncing cat heads flying everywhere. I'm hitting the motherload with all these chromite deposits. These bouncing cat heads are seriously crazy. They're knocking down trees and stuff. I have 612 chromite from today. Hopefully that'll be enough to craft my new set of armor and just tide me over for a little while. 73 pieces of hexalite. That should be more than enough to craft that armor. I honestly don't have much to talk about today. When I review the footage, all I was really doing was just running around on my farm and checking up on my bases. With that being said, we'll come back on day 58. A slight problem I've noticed with these smaller generators is they do not produce enough power to run one oil refinery. So today I think the plan is to build an upgraded power generator. First things first, I need some electric organs. I brought all of my treasures to sell at once. Hopefully it'll be enough to get me the 200 that I need. 100,000 coins should be more than enough for my needs. Just so I don't have to farm these things in the future, I'm going to dump all my money into it. 547 electric organs. I am set on these for a good long while. And I also need 200 PAL metal ingots. I'm sure I have these lying around the base somewhere, but I'll just make an extra 200 just in case. Wonderful, I can make the lightweight hexalite armor. Let's get this cooking right away. Oh, that looks amazing. I love it. It looks so cool. The final boss of Palworld armor. Now I need to make a good shield to go with it. Unfortunately, I can't unlock the advanced shield just yet. I need to go turn in a stack of bounty papers. Hopefully I'll have enough technology points to unlock it by then. I need 5 technology points. I only had enough stacks of bounty tokens to buy 2 advanced training manuals. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Glahm's Bounty Hunter arc. Here we are. We have Dyna and Might. I'll show them my explosive power. As expected. Wow, that was a bit of an overreaction, don't you think, Toko? Here's another guy called Phantom. I'm gonna turn him into an actual Phantom here in a moment. He knows my one weakness. He knows how to dodge. Rest in peace, Phantom, you just got ghost busted. The joke sounded funnier in my head, please don't laugh. Whip. Whip got whipped into shape. Wow, you can get star sand in the desert? I didn't even know that. Whisper. I would make a Fable joke, but I don't know. He just kind of stood there. This place has all the star sand you can eat. Speaking of eat, hello, Lavander. Will this joke ever get old? No. Smash that like button for Lavander. I have found another predator pal. It's a Vandworm. I ran by this guy by complete accident. I actually wasn't looking for that predator pal. I was looking for a bounty that's hiding over here. There he is, Dart. Like, you know, from Legend of the Dragoon. Who remembers that game? If you can't remember that game, I'm getting old. I almost one-shot him myself. I didn't even need you, Jet Dragon. Wow. I found another bounty. His name is Fumble. I've already made a few relationship jokes in this video. You probably already know my luck with women at this point, so I'm not going to make another one. What are you doing from Sakurajima? I'm actually really curious, but I would like to see if the double dash boots prevent fall damage, so here we go. This is for science. It does. I take back every bad thing I said about the dash boots now. These things are goated. I'm being shot at by a bounty. I don't see it, though. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Ego. Let go my ego. Get it? There are so many bounties dotted across the map. They're kind of hard to keep track of. I'm kind of going in a grid pattern here. Just sweeping the land. I found a chest that requires electricity to open. I have an ore circ with me. Let's go. Come on, ore circ. Thank you. I don't even know why I bother with these things, honestly. Alright, Skim, you've scammed your last. There's another bounty up here in this frozen city. Why someone would be hiding up here, I don't know. How they survive up here, I also don't know. Because I'm decked out to the nines in the most technological advanced armor in Palworld currently, with a stack of thermal shirts, and I just almost died by freezing to death. I guess this man out here just survives by sheer willpower. Alright, it's been fun. I think I've had my fill of bounties for a few days. Before I head out, I could try and fight Frost Alien, see if it drops anything cool now, or if it's just the same as it always was. Frost Alien's giving Squawktimus Prime a run for her money. So all she drops is ancient civilization parts, which are kinda useless to me right now. Before anyone's like, "Oh, Glahm, why'd you kill the Frost Alien? Why?" I have one already. I don't need it. There it is, Sakurajima, the land of the rising sun. Kind of. Time to collect my bounties. Let's see how many books I can get. I can only get 12. That was a lot of work for 12 manuals. I have 15 technology points. I will get the Hexalite helmet. I should have done that a while ago. I'll get the beam sword, even though I have Meowmere. Beam sword is a beam sword. And I think I will top it off with the advanced shield. Quite expensive to make. 30 ancient civilization cores. As I was looking through the skill tree, I noticed a PAL expedition station. And I remember I bought a huge stack of PAL expedition papers, so I'm gonna get this thing built and see what it's all about. I'm trying to finagle this thing, it's just not working. I might have to disassemble a lot of my Sakurajima base to try and get this thing in here. But that'll be a project for tomorrow. Meowmere's great, but it only has 200 attack compared to the Beam Saber, which has an overwhelming 2,000. Never bring a sword to a gunfight, huh? Well, what about a lightsaber? Yo! I'm like the Jonin and the Genin from Sakurajima, but I'm gonna... There we go. I was gonna die, but not now. Uh-oh. I died. Oh, no, that wasn't supposed to happen. I'll edit that out. I'm trying to find a really good spot to put the PAL expedition station down, but something has reared its ugly head. I've built on very uneven terrain over here for my Sakurajima base. I don't know where I'm going to put this thing. This should be enough flat space to place down the PAL expedition station. There should be no way this thing won't fit now, after I move these bread baskets, of course. Well, I got the thing placed down. I didn't expect it to be so insanely huge. I don't know how else to describe this. Look at the size of it. Holy moly. One problem, though. I put it backwards, so I'm gonna have to flip it around. Now we're having a good look-see at the menu here. The items that can be obtained: a Xenolord slab fragment, ancient civilization cores, and crude oil. Well, hot dog. The requirement type for this one is water pals, it appears like. I have no idea how any of this works. I clicked on Celestial Sakura Cavern since we're here on Sakurajima, and I'm just gonna auto-assign. 100% completion rate, it'll take 49 minutes. Total firepower completely exceeds what the requirements are. I'm pretty confident. Oh, here we go. We're gonna watch our troops march. Good luck. I'm counting on you. We needed all the oil we can get. Farewell. It's kind of like watching your kids leave off to college or something almost. I'm so proud. While my pals go off and do their expedition, I need to repair my farming base. So, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do for the next day or two. Oh, there's that scary splatterina again. I think I will actually spend the next day or so building a wall, because, yeah, that predator splatterina is nearby, and she respawns frequently, and she's a pain to deal with. Where'd she go? I went to hide behind a hill to recover, but she just disappeared. I was trying to get them to not fight in the base, but I guess it just can't be helped. When I initially built this place, I didn't want to block off the road. I was role-playing it like travelers would stop by my base for a rest and eat food, and take a hot soak in my hot springs that are up there. If I want to keep that splatterina out of my base, roleplay aside, I'm gonna have to block this entire area off. It's unfortunate, but it's what I gotta do. The sad part is about putting up all these stone walls is that it takes away from the natural beauty of the Sakura forest. This should be good enough for now. It'll at least deter the Bushi Noct that wander around the area, and my ultimate goal with it is just to keep that crazy splatterina out. Now that I have upped my defenses, I must rebuild my crop plots. Here's the layout I have. We have lettuce in one row, tomatoes in one row, and a mix of lettuce and wheat in this row, trying to keep things as uniform as possible. And of course, to make cakes we need red berries, and so here's some red berry plantations. I'd like to decorate this place a bit more. I thought about placing some lamps down like how they do in Minecraft, just to brighten the place up a little bit. Unfortunately, I ran out of metal at this base, so I'm gonna have to go to my other one and haul some ingots back here. That predator splatterina already respawned. I can hear the ominous hum from beyond the wall. I was here first. I'm not moving. She can go find somewhere else to live, okay? Here it is. I got lamps lined up with all the crops. I can't wait to see how many pals get caught on them. Now all that's left to do is just throw down some high quality beds so my pals don't have an existential crisis in the middle of work. I think tearing this place down and reorganizing it was the play. It's not as interesting to look at as it once was. Admittedly, there's not much else to do while we wait for this expedition to wrap up, but I suppose I can go ahead and make my hexalite helmet now. It's just gonna take a while because I forgot to smelt hexalite in these last few days. Oops. In the meanwhile, my Bastigor have been busy. Holy moly, look at all these eggs. These 2 Bastigor here should be enough, I hope. This female has Ice Emperor and Serenity on her, and this male has Musclehead Legend, Ice Emperor, and Abnormal. I want to get rid of the Abnormal. Hopefully the Serenity transfers over to a wee babby. And if I can start breeding a bunch of crazy Bastigor and converting them down into the perfect pals, we might be able to try and take on Xenolord. I know he's slower than Jetragon. There was something else I was meaning to do. My Orsurk and my Mosando Lux are struggling to keep this oil refinery powered. I'm going to have to build a bigger generator. I meant to do that a few days ago, but I got sidetracked as you normally do in these games. This thing should be running around the clock now. Passive oil income, baby. It appears that everyone's back from their expedition, so let's go check it out and see our rewards. What did we get? I'll take the lot. Wow, that was really worth it, actually. This thing's pretty great. Before I send any more pals on an expedition, though, I'm going to make sure all my farming pals stay in the base this time. I realized that I don't have enough Bee-Guard to fill up a ranch, so today I'm going to go out and catch 2 Bee-Guard. I could easily breed them, but I'm lazy. Well, this went a lot quicker than I anticipated. There's a predator pal nearby. I don't know where it's at, though. Oh, it's a Rayhound. Oh, that wasn't too terrible. Why does it look like the Mosando Lux is making love to this generator? Happy Valentine's Day, I guess. I feel it's time for another expedition. Good luck, everybody. Good luck. You can do it. I have faith. 100% completion. And for the rest of day 67, I just stood back and watched my pals farm. All I could really do was just kill time until my Bastigor finished breeding and until the expedition was complete. So I will just see you all on day 68. It's a beautiful morning on day 68. Let's check up on my Bastigor and see how they're doing. To spare you from watching me hatch a ton of eggs, none of them were good at all. I need more chromite to make hexalite, so Smokey and I are gonna go out and farm for a little bit. Thankfully, I don't need a whole ton of chromite for today, so one node should do me once we find it. I realize this may not be the most efficient way to farm chromite, but boy is it entertaining. It's a nice day today. A nice day to take oil. For some unknown reason to me, everyone on the oil rig has decided to just run up to me instead of tapering themselves out. I can't even say that, I'm gonna get age restricted. You know, I have the sneaking suspicion the chest didn't respawn yet, so I guess I'll just come back at some later date. I'm getting raided by a bunch of Relaxosaurs, it looks like. Says they are very hungry. Well, let's feed them some rockets. And just like that, that's all she wrote. GG, no RE. We can make 31 hexalite. That should be enough for my new helmet. But this is Palworld and stranger things have happened. Will today be the day? Will I get my perfect Bastigor baby? Stay tuned to find out. Ice Emperor, Serenity, Legend, Musclehead. There it is. Here it is. The perfect specimen. I have no idea what his IVs are. I might have to go rescue my old pack. It had the IV reading glasses in them, and I need to go get that. I'm a bit apprehensive. The last 2 times, as you all are aware, that I've tried to come here, did not end in my favor. In fact, I'm pretty sure this place will be etched into my memory for years to come. The dudes on the oil rig can shoot in the water, whereas I can't, so they have a very unfair advantage. They can shoot through walls, whereas I can't, another unfair advantage. Needless to say, the deck is a bit stacked. Or they could spot me right away, that's cool too, I guess. I have enough rockets, slow and steady wins the race with this one. This is a war of attrition. I'm here for one thing and one thing only, to get my stuff back. If anything, the IV reading sunglasses. I'm trying to throw Shadowbeak down so we can attack this guy, but, you know, you can just politely drop your power ball down instead of actually throwing it now. Thank you, Nintendo. That's cool. I'm not really scared of these guys down here. I'm scared of that pile up there. Finally, jet ragging can actually hit them through the railing. That's good. Oh, so can I. That's right. You all just stay there in a nice little pile. We'll just let the AoEs take you out. Yes, please. I'd like 1 Feybreak Syndicate oil rig served up with an extra side of cheese, please. Thank you. Squawktimus, what are you doing? Use Divine Disaster. Do something. They're right there. Shadowbeak, you're killing me. There we go. Shadowbeak, what are you doing? Just do something. Attack, Shadowbeak. What little sanity I have left, I'm losing quickly for this game. Why is the AI so dumb? I got one of my bags back. That's something at least, I guess. And Jet Dragon died. And I'm gonna die. See, Jet Dragon? That's what happens when you clown around. Good idea, Squawktimus. You hit them from the right. I'll draw their attention. Or you could just sit in the water and do nothing. That helps too, I guess. Alright, now's the time, Shadowbeak. They're down. Go get them. Oh my goodness. I gotta do everything. I've been here all day. I'm still no closer to getting my bag that's on top. Alright, I'll kite this interceptor. You take him out, Bastigor. I believe in you. That's what I like to see. Good job. Results. The laser turret's down. I'm gonna do myself a favor and take out this missile platform. Oh, honestly, I never thought I would get this stuff back. Yeah, I ain't sticking around. I'm getting while the getting's good. I ain't trying to double my money. Now that I got my glasses back, I can actually see what kind of IVs we're working with here. Let's check out this Bastigor. Oh no. It is a Bastigore that I was breeding for, but its IVs are kind of, yikes. Today was a good day. I got my 2 bags back off of that oil rig. The rescue mission for my IV reading glasses was a success. Can't really complain. To celebrate getting my laser rifle back, I am making a lot of ammo for it. And, well, there's not much else to do tonight, so I think I'll just get some shut-eye and pick up again tomorrow. Oyasumi! Ohio gozaimasu. It's a new day, a new lease on life. It's time to check up on our expedition and see how it went. What's this? What's going on? Did some Jonin get into my base? A lot of my farmhand pals are out of commission. Aw, this is cute. Look at that, though. Oh, this is pretty cute, I'll admit. Mazarina carrying a little chickpea. Look at that little king. He's got that entire bed to himself. Silly little bird. Right, back to it. Look at this. Another Xenoloord slab fragment. Ancient PAL manuscript and ancient civilization cores. This is mostly what I'm after right here, is these ancient civilization cores. The rest is just a fringe benefit. Off we go again. Good luck, team. I'm counting on you. So another thing I wanted to do today, I have a few dog coins on me. I want to see if I can unlock an extra inventory slot. I consider this my main on Palworld now, so I want to make sure she's decked out completely. Hello, my good man. I'd like to procure some of your wares. Excellent. I can buy the mysterious accessories box. But to get the extra inventory slot, it's going to set me back 1,000 dog coins, and I have 257 on me. That means a lot of me mogs are gonna get it. Well, my Glahm fam, I think it's safe to say I am nearing the end game. I have a set of lightweight Hexlite armor, a Hexlite helmet, I have some of the Feybreak weapons, I'm breeding legendary Bastigores, I have a functioning Hexalite base as well as a farm where I can make food for my bases. There's little else I can do. I will attempt to catch every single new pal, that goes without saying. But I feel really great about this progress. Heck, we even dabbled into the oil rig a little bit here on Feybreak. Didn't get too far, but you know, it's something I guess. And while we were out and about, my oil pump produced 261 oil passively, plus whatever I got from the oil rigs. So that means I can make a ton of plasteel. Tomorrow I will go out and farm some ice organs and we'll craft Bastigore's hammer. I want to see what it does. I have all these ultimate spheres just chilling with some legendary pal spears. I think today will be the day I go out and actually catch stuff. I need to fill out my pal deck. And it took a little bit to get my stuff back. So I'm starting to wonder if the turrets actually do respawn eventually. Unless this is one I missed, which could be possible. I have no idea how many of these things there are. Anyway, I need to catch a Nightmare, and I figured I'd just capture the alpha one. Excuse me? Polaris Aqua bounty token, Starion bounty token, Loot Moon Crisp bounty token, Fanglope Lux bounty token. What is this? What? I gotta do chores now to fight alpha pals? No thanks. Well, today was a bust, unfortunately. Ah, it is what it is. You can't really control the things you can't control. Who knew that there would be a missile turret just waiting for me after I spent the good majority of half of this video clearing them out. I'm gonna quickly go to sleep. Don't tell me I'm gonna have to get some crazy doodads to fight this Frostallion Noct that's here. Ah yes, more nonsense. Hard pass. I don't want to sound like I'm too pessimistic or anything, but no. Hey fellas, you mind if I just like swoop in and... Oh, I already captured one a while ago. Whoops, I guess I forgot. Alright, excellent. I caught a Nightmare. Too bad I couldn't capture that alpha one, Palworld. What is that? Oh, you need to go get the Polaris trophy, and then you're gonna go get some other doodads and knickknacks? Nah, I'm good. No thank you. Hello, almost school. Whoa, 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 hey, whoa, whoa, what's all that about? Nice, an Alma school with logging foreman, let's go. Wow, okay, well, the laser sword really doesn't do anything to him. I'm reminded of that scene from Venture Bros when one of the agents of the Monarch bought a laser sword. And he's swinging it at Brock Sampson, and the sword's going right through him, and he's like, I've been gypped. That's how I feel right now with this laser sword. I play the Monster Hunter theme song, but, you know, I don't know how Capcom is with copyright, so... yeah, we're just gonna put a pin in that. So I've been fighting this Cryolink's Terra for, I don't know, probably like 2 minutes, just using the sword. There's just something... I don't know how to explain it. There's just something so cathartic about just shutting your brain off and just wailing on something with a sword. By the way, Monster Hunter video soon. Look forward to it. Your boy needs a break from Palworld. I hope you all understand. And if you made it this far in the video, please do me a favor and leave a like. You might as well if you've got this far. Heck, maybe even subscribe if you want to see more of me. Blammo. He's gonna break out. Called it. The immovable object meets the unending force, or whatever, I don't know. Nice. So I was checking out some things to unlock with ancient technology points, and I just noticed the anti-gravity belt. I kinda wanna build it. I wanna see what it's about. Yeah, that's actually a pretty noticeable jump difference, too. I think this has some interesting applications to it. Certainly make getting up on ledges a lot easier. Before this playthrough wraps up, I would like to unlock the advanced sphere assembly line. I need 5 technology points, so I guess I'm gonna go out and farm bounties once again. I'm not feeling really punny right now. I'm just wanting to get in and get out. He summoned a Mazzarina. Oh my goodness. You're a funny guy, Lasso. I'm gonna turn his Mazzarina into a hamburger later. Whoa, who's this? Dr. Braun. My name is Dr. Braun. I'm a genius scientist pushing boundaries of PAL science. I've been waiting for an eager test subject. Collaborator, like you. Would you let Jetragon undergo the latest Braun surgery? If it succeeds, the result will be absolutely mind-blowing. Maybe? So, what do you say? Ready to let Jetragon go under the knife? Sure, why not? Go with the sketchy surgery. If by some twisted miracle, the surgery goes wrong, Jetragon could end up with a permanent, irreversible, and absolutely terrifying side effect that'll haunt them for life. But I know you. My trusted partner in science. You'd still be all in for the sake of progress, right? Here goes nothing. Let's get started. First, the state-of-the-art transformation ray. Click, click. Oh, these readings are... oh, well, no problem. Zap, zap. Now the moment of truth. Boom! Oh, you're awake. What a marvelous hue and unique look. This is my greatest masterpiece. A historic work of art complete. So it said that Jetragon got a boost to stats. Oh, I should have put this on Shadowbeak. So this Jetragon, the one I've been using the entire playthrough, pretty good stat boosts. It feels a little bit faster too. I'm not sure if it's placebo or not, but it certainly does feel a bit more zippy. Anyway, we're next to the small settlement. I'm going to turn in my bounty tokens and see if I have enough to get the technology points I need. Dang, I could only get 3 manuals. I still need 2 more technology points. Without further ado, I set upon the task of farming bounties for bounty tokens to get technical manuals. Time to reap the fruits of our labors. Well, hot dog. 4 high-grade technical manuals. That's 2 more than I was asking for, he said with enthusiasm. Alright, advanced sphere assembly line. Got... the snow, it hurts my eyes. The bloom. The bloom. Oh, this doesn't feel natural. Look how bright this is. Oh, I found some Wumpos. That's new. Did the Wumpos always do that, where they roll up snowballs and charge at you, or is that a new thing? Alright, for real this time, I should have enough ice organs. And to save out on a thundercloud, oh look, there's Sakurajima right there. Holy heck, even with an Anubis, this is going to take a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if this completed halfway through nighttime. I was almost right. Either way, that took a long time. Alright, I'm riding around on Mean Queen. I want to find a target to test this thing out on. A little bit difficult to control. For day 80, I really didn't do much. I just hung around my Sakurajima farm and organized and just waited for more cakes to bake. I'm heading over to one of the wildlife sanctuaries today. I need more Yormantide Ignis. I never thought that I would need more of them, but hey, here we are. Alright, there's one. What I might just do is catch 6 of them to complete the quest for the experience. I don't really need it, but why not? I'm here. Wow, that was a body shot and it crit the Yormantide Ignis. Might have to use my laser rifle. It's a little bit weaker than the bow, but it's better than just steamrolling everything. Just one more Yormantide Ignis and I can go home and leave this weary land. Mission accomplished. I can go home and go to bed. Legend, Ice Emperor, Serenity, and Musclehead. That's the one. 77 attack, 70 defense, and 66 health. That's not terrible. We might be able to build upon this. I have 2 more breeding Bastigor. Hopefully we'll get what we need here soon. I realize the day 100 is approaching very rapidly and I am not prepared. One solution I can think of is building more breeding ranches, but space is limited here because I'm up against a cliff. I might just build a platform and build a few more breeding ranches on the platform. Yeah, why not? Don't really have much else going on. That's how a lot of these 100 days videos end up. You eventually get to the point where it really slows down. This is what I have so far. We'll build more upon it later. It defies physics. 2 support beams are holding this entire thing up. I am 1000% certain this thing is not built up to code. I cannot sleep at night knowing this thing might collapse in an alternate universe. This thing will never fall over, but still, could at least try and make it look nice. There, this is roughly a 10 by 10 platform. Hopefully it works well enough. We're gonna need some stairs to get up and down from the first floor to the second floor. I have no idea what I'm doing, so please bear with me. This may look like a gigantic mess. Well, that's because it is. This is what I have to help the pals get to the top of the platform easier. It's not pretty. Oh well. Why are these breeding farms so huge? Why? I could only really fit one up here. By a complete divine miracle, I was able to place another breeding ranch up here, so 4 will be plenty, I hope. Function over form, mostly. We'll call it a day. 15 days left, I hope I can do this. It's only been a day, and this giant platform is already disrupting the flow of my base, making my pals upset. Oh well, they don't have a choice. They don't pay me rent. I honestly have no idea what more they could possibly want. I have 4 hot tubs, 2 of the high quality variety, 2 of the normal variety. There's plenty of food. They have comfy beds. I don't understand. I think they're just being picky for the sake of being picky at this point. Cake production has slowed down significantly. I need to make a few more wheat plantations, it looks like. It is crunch time here. I unlocked the large electric incubator a while ago, and we're still short on some ancient civilization cores. But I wanted to use the ancient civilization cores to build myself the advanced shield. This is quite the dilemma. Another expedition has been complete. Hopefully the rewards are worth it. 2 ancient civilization cores. Everything looks fine. I just need more of the ancient civilization cores. Alright, here we go again. Goodbye, goodbye, blah, blah, blah. All I can do is just keep grinding out expeditions. I've placed down a few more wheat plantations. Hopefully this will solve the shortage. So far so good. All of my crops are still being watered. I wasn't sure if the extra workload would be too much for the pals to handle. It seems like a really simple thing to worry about, but, you know, sometimes you underestimate the AI in this game. In the meanwhile, what I can do is split my cake stacks that I have here and just put them in breeding ranches. Look at all of these eggs. There's bound to be one good Bastigor amongst them, I hope. I say I hope in these videos a lot, because if there's one thing I've learned from playing Palworld and breeding tons of pals, it's always to subvert your own expectations. First round. First round is a complete bust. Second round. Third round. Ah, ding, 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 ding. We have a winner. Third time is always the charm. Out of all of those eggs, only one of them was good. Oh me, oh my. Whoa, Musclehead, Ice Emperor, Serenity, Ferocious. That's actually a really good Bastigore. Holy heck. I realized I say holy moly a bit too much. I gotta switch it up a little bit. These were some really good Bastigores from this batch. Wow. It has 80 health, 23 attack. Ah, that is so unfortunate. It has the perfect traits, but it has the worst attack. You were the chosen one. I let some Selene loose in the base. I need some cargo, pals. Tired of having sticks and logs and rocks and whatnot lying all over the base. And they have 3 cargo. And some handiwork. Things are very, very busy today. I've been mostly spending it on my Sakurajima base just making food for all of my pals. I have them set to hard work mode to make them go a little bit faster, and it's making them eat more food. I gotta keep on top of it. So it begins. The pals are starting to get stuck on the lampposts. Alright, that's enough hard work for my pals for today. If I keep pushing them too hard, they'll likely get broken bones from just watering plants. At this stage, it's just the waiting game. It's all up to my Bastigore now. It took a very long while, but I am now able to assemble my advanced sphere assembly line. That's one major goal accomplished. Too bad I'm pretty much done catching pals at this point. For day 90, apparently all I did was just check up on my Bastigore, made sure they were breeding, and that's about it. So yeah, that's all you're getting. For day 91, I went to my Sakurajima farm and made more cakes. So one thing I've noticed that pals tend to do is they eat the first food item in the first slot of a feed box. If they put anything else besides food in that slot, they will eat that. My pals, this entire time, have been eating raw wheat instead of salad. They've been doing this for a while now, and then they blame me for their health problems. I'm not the one who told you to eat raw wheat for an entire 90 days, have I? No. I've kicked things into overdrive here. I plan on walking into the Feybreak boss tower with enough rockets to turn it into a parking lot. I have 28 ancient civilization cores. I am so close to making that shield. Hopefully in the next few days I can get it done. As it stands, I currently have an expedition in the works. We'll check on it tomorrow. Excellent. 2 ancient civilization cores, exactly what I needed. Since this is going to take a bit, I might as well go check up on my Bastigore and see how they're doing. It's still crazy to me that I could have Bastigores with my ideal traits and still get some RNG like this. Not gonna lie, gang, it's not looking good. It's the next day and my pals are still working on my advanced shield. Well, guess what? It's another day of AFKing. It's done. Sing joy, it is done. I have 197 advanced arrows, 387 rockets, 245 energy cartridges, a questionable at best beam sword, 28 wood, 12 fiber. I am ready to fight the Feybreak Tower boss. All that's left is to assemble a crack team of pals. So, an important development that I just realized. I don't think I've ever made Niafia's shotgun. A bit too late now. Good job, Glahm. I just hatched a few more Bastigore. None of them were good. None. Yeah, we only have 4 days left before day 100. I'm in a bit of a state of panic right now. Good night. Oh, I don't know what to do. Okay. I think the breeding is over. This Bastigore right here will be the one I take into the Feybreak Tower. I'll just call her Iced Tea. Why not? Why not? Dr. Braun doesn't appear to be in the area anymore. Where could he have gone? It appears that Dr. Braun is just a random encounter, because I don't see him in the area. A side quest I'd like to do is check all the skill fruit trees to see if I can get any decent fire attacks. The Feybreak Tower boss will never see it coming. A Bastigore with fire attacks on top of ice attacks. But Glahm, you gave the Bastigore the trait Ice Emperor. It won't do that much fire damage. Yeah, I kind of wish I put ferocious on it, but oh well. It's not that big of a deal. I'm gonna take a slight rest on the oil ridge real quick. Whoa, has this grass always been here? I'm pretty sure it hasn't. Unless it has. Weird. I just never been over here, I guess. I've been checking every skill fruit tree that I have marked on the map. I have not found a single fire skill fruit. Oh my gosh, I'm finding a ton of dragon skill fruits, but I am not finding any fire fruits. It's time. All the bastigors that have come in the past will be condensed into a protein bar for iced tea. I've maxed out iced tea to rank 5. She is quite the brick house, if I do say so myself. All I need to do now is get some pal souls and get her some levels, and we should be good to go. As it turns out, I had a bunch of fire skill fruits back at base. Oh wow, I have enough pal souls to max out a few of her stats, actually. Here it is, guys. These are my strongest pals I have currently. I need to catch Azurmane up, and I need to catch Ice-T up, so I think tomorrow what I'll do is I'll fly around Feybreak and just start attacking the Feybreak warriors that are around. The pests, as they were. Really? There's a lucky Warsect Terra right there. And I put all of my pal spears away for the rest of the playthrough. Of course. There's a lot happening all at once here. There's a lot of Feybreak warriors. And have to use Shadowbeak. Go. I know what you're thinking. Glahm, why not just use a few training manuals? That's not fun. I want to get out into the world. I'd like to appreciate Palworld for a little bit longer. But if she doesn't get level 60 by the end of the day, then yes, I will use a training manual. Wow, Azurmane's really cool. Wish I used him a bit more during this playthrough. Oh yes, the infamous under the map NPC that I can't hit. Wow. Glacial impact is kinda crazy. That does so much damage. I know they're only level 53, but still, it's crazy. Ice-T is now level 60. Now what else is there to do? I guess we'll just hang out until day 100. Sorry guys, I couldn't get to Xenolord in this playthrough. But if I do a 300 days with this character, you best believe I'll do some raid bosses. Just let me know in the comments. I still need to beat Villanoir Liberio, Blazimet Ryu, and of course, Xenolord. That could be a whole 100 days in of itself. All this time, I forgot to make food for my pals for the up-and-coming battle, so omelets will have to do. I can make 298 of them. We'll fry up some omelets and then head off to the boss tower. Good night, everybody. Wish me luck. This is it. No more sappy goodbyes. Let's just dive right into it. Oh, I just got in here and I'm already getting dunked upon. This is great. We're on the back foot. Ooh, Bjorn and Bastigor are doing a number on Squawkmas. These guys are no joke. Good job, Jetragon. You got them. This is a big ice AoE. Oh, it's so scary. I am really grateful for how crazy busted Divine Disaster is. So far we're doing pretty good. We're at the halfway mark. Good job, Jetragon. You attack that pillar. You'll bring the house down. Got him halfway down. I don't know if I'm doing enough DPS. Thank you for your service, Squawkins. We're 2 pals down. I don't think we're doing enough DPS to get him. And he got Azurmane too. We're not gonna make it. Darn. We'll try again though. I have a plan. It might just be crazy enough to work. Alright, I have a trick up my sleeve. I have a Frost Alien that I have given the Spirit Flame and Flare Storm. And my Frost Alien Noct, her daughter, that has Flare Storm and Ignis Breath. I also realized one crucial mistake I made during that fight is I didn't switch out my Bastigor's abilities. She should have been using Flare Storm and Fireball, but that's my mistake. I'll own it. Our DPS is much better this time, much better. Oh, you got Squawkiness at the last second before I could pull her back into the Palball. Ice-T's doing her best to tank. Oh, we got Frostallion. I switched to my bow now, I'm out of ammo. No, I'm almost dead. I just have to survive until my shield can regen. No! Well, everyone, I think I'm about done with this playthrough. I gave it my all. I tried. That's all I got. See ya. Until next time.